Hey, everybody. Welcome to the AAA episode, maybe 521, 1800s sinkhole.
23.
Damn it. Damn it. Right. All right. Get on that and fix that. Fix this. And who are you people? How'd you get in my fucking hotel room? Here we go. Wait, Drunkle. There you are. Okay.
Hey.
And joining me in the sitting room here, I'm going to sit back and enjoy some gentlemanly cigars and even more gentlemanly refined whiskey. Drunkle, how are you?
You all right? Yeah. No, I know. I'm pissed off.
I
got neighbors again.
No, I thought you were going to go general. The absolute state of things.
I mean, Christ, don't get me started. But yeah, okay. This is right. R/am I the asshole? Because I'm pretty sure I'm not. Right?
Beg to differ, but I need the details.
Okay, am I the asshole in this specific instance? Right? Okay. Generally, yes, I am the asshole. Yeah, in this business. Right. So, right. So Thursday, I go shopping. I go shopping with my mums on Thursday. Right. Spend some time with my mums. And I normally I get the usual. I get some orange juice, shit like. I get chicken wings because I like having chicken wings on a Saturday, right? I pull them out on a Friday. I chop them up real good, Polly. I put on the barbecue sauce. I've added some paprika, some fucking garlic, some salt, some pepper. I let them marinate for a night in the fridge, right? And then they're ready for Saturday. That's chicken wing day, right? But on this particular
that's
Thursday,
oddly appealing. You actually live an organized enough life that you have food on a particular day of the week.
Not all the time, no. For instance, this is going to be day 3 of lamb curry because I cooked a shit ton of it. But Friday is
lamb came
steak.
in, it tripped, it fell in my curry pot. What was it going to do? Not cook it?
Okay. So you can get lamb bones.
What? Hello?
You can get lamb bones. They're like 77 pence, 90 pence, right? And if the meat will just, if you boil them, like, as or whatever, like as you're making a curry or a stew, they'll just fall off of the bones. So I made a lamb curry with a shit ton of these bones. It was well cheap and it's absolutely delicious, but there's a shit ton of it, so I'm on day 3. Friday, I'll have steak. Because Friday is leg day, and I like something to actually, when I'm walking home after leg day, going, "Come on, Millard, there's steak at home. You can make it." Right, and then, yeah, of course, it's wings on Saturday, right? But on this particular Thursday, I'm out shopping with me mums, and there was no wings, Polly. There was no wings. I was distraught. I just look at me mum. I just shake my head solemnly. And she went, "It's all right, because there's there's another supermarket across the road. Go there." There was no wings. I think that particular
just gizzards and chicken feet.
Just gizzards and feets. There was no. I think that particular month, no. All chickens were born without wings. There was just no wings, right? But she went, "It's all right,
Kentucky Fried
She goes, "Look, I'm going out tomorrow morning. I'll check this other supermarket. If there's some wings there, then I'll put, because my mum's got a key to my flat in the main building. She's, I'll put it on your postal shelf just inside the door, right?" And God bless her, she did. She sent me a photo. Now these wings are in a packet, which she's also put in a bag, and has then put that on my postal shelf. But now I got these 2 neighbours, right? And they're all like, "Oh, what are we doing about the bins and shit like that?" They're just leaving fucking notes on the door with their stupid girly handwriting.
Bastards.
And then there's a final note that just says, "Oh, by the way, there's some chicken in a bag on someone's shelf, and it's a hot day." And I went, "Bitch, you looked in the bag? Why did you look? First off, my mum had sent me a message saying, right, there's some chicken there." I was like, "Yeah, brilliant. Okay," so I went and grabbed it. So I left a note just going like, "I will thank you to not look inside bags that do not belong to you."
They molested or at least accosted your chicken. Gotcha.
Well, the thing is, like, if it was just like chicken in a packet on the shelf, you can look at it and go, "That's chicken." Leave a little note, go, "All right, it's a warm day. Whoever's got the chicken there, right?" But the thing is, there was a bag. They didn't know what was in the bag, but they saw there was a bag on a postal shelf which didn't belong to them, right? In a bag which didn't belong to them, containing something which did not belong to them, and they looked inside the bag. Now, this is what I'm getting pissed off with here. And I just said, "Why did you look in the bag? That's nothing to do with you. That's not on your postal shelf."
Is it?
Why did you look in the
Was
back?
it leaking salmonella-infested
No,
fluids?
nothing. No, it's just something in a bag. Obviously, fucking nosy cunt who lives above me just went, I want to know what's in that. So I left a note saying, I will thank you to stop looking inside things that do not belong to you. And she left a note today saying, oh, I was just being neighbourly. And now I'm pissed off. Is there anything more unneighbourly than rooting through shit that doesn't belong to you? That's not fucking neighbourly. I'm going to go up into a flat in a minute. I'm just going to fucking boot the door in and start looking through a fucking DVD collection. I'm just being neighbourly.
Yeah, but that's the purpose of neighbors, is to give you things to entertain you in your empty life.
What, including giving me grief is what it is?
Well, yeah.
Giving me an increased heart rate. Although, good news on that front, I managed to get my resting heart rate down to 65, Polly. Just 65 more to go.
Yeah, and then all the pain is over. Nice. I don't know. I got that.
Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole here?
Yep.
Oh.
No, I got to say here you're not. Although I do appreciate your confirmation of my British stereotype that everything is done with passive aggressive or football hooligan tactics. There's no in between.
There's no in between. No,
yeah. I will thank you to leave my chicken parts unmolested, madam. Like,
It's gone from I will thank you to I'm gonna rape you while you sleep. There's no middle grade. No, you're right about that. Yeah,
it's either dudes yelling "oi," flipping cars on fire, or passive aggressive. Yes.
A note, and it was in note form as well. That's just being neighbourly. That really got to me. Just sorry. That would have been fine, but I was just being neighbourly. That is not fucking neighbourly, is it? Well, is it going to be neighbourly for me to fucking go down and thumb through all your little bills and shit on my way to work? No.
No, but that's different.
Neighbourly.
That's her.
Fucking nosy.
That's her. That's different.
Every year for kids in the neighborhood.
Go to your bathroom, spit on all your tampons.
Whiny bitch, shut up. Not your whiny bitch.
Right, okay, no, I'm a different whiny bitch.
Yeah.
Chat, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole here? I will wait. How are you, Polly?
Well, that's a fine question. Thank you for asking. I'm doing all right.
I just had to get that, man. I had to cathart.
No, it's fine. I get it. Been a hell of a day so far. I wanted to have some things going on, but I won't. But I will. But that's okay. Was waiting to get some things set up, and then we're just waiting for, well, I foolishly was waiting for Sinatra. But Sinatra is actually still on the road, so, take your time, man. Yeah. No rush getting back. We don't want to hear you careening off into a fucking gutter.
Neither of us knew about that. Neither of us. We knew that he wasn't going to be a Monday, but we didn't know he wasn't going to be here today. Neither of us knew.
Yeah, I mean, he did send me a picture like the one that you had seen of the, the nightmare salt flats. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah. That was an airy picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, when you had said that, I'm like, yeah, I've seen them before, but there's something on a live picture from the ground, if you know what I mean, a recent picture from the ground.
Yeah.
When I got that, I was like, hold on for a second. Like, I saw it on my phone, and I moved it up onto my fucking monitor. I wanted to see this. And, like, yeah, don't get lost there. That's the kind of place you get lost, and they find your desiccated remains frozen in spot with, you've been calcified with the salt. No. You don't want that.
I think that's probably like someone saw that and got the idea of purgatory.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody saw like salt flats back in the day, and they were like, this is where you get the story about like Lot's wife being turned into a pillar of salt. It's like, he was walking through, Lot, I think, was just walking through a salt flat and saw, a little pillar and went, that looks like my wife.
Or like Zuckerberg with his new statue.
Yeah. I figured God just struck her dead, and he got creative and said, she's going to be a salt pillar in a few years. Why don't I just say turned into a pillar of salt? I mean, same difference, right? She's still just dead.
Well, we all go back to the mud, unless you die there. And then props to the word desiccated as well.
You like that? You like that?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, she was kosher in just a few minutes. And she was Jewish, so it's very convenient.
Perfectly preserved.
Yeah. Have you ever had saltfish, like saltfish and ackee, for example, or something? You got a strong Caribbean.
An anchovy.
What?
I've had an anchovy. That's a salty fish.
No, I mean so fish has been packed in salt.
Oh, no, that does not sound appealing.
Yeah, it's basically fish jerky. It's been salted.
Oh, no, that does sound appealing.
Well, it's unbearably salty. You have to like, rinse it and allow it to soak overnight and to just drain out all the fucking salt from it. And you keep changing
Well, then
out.
what's the point? Just eat some salt.
Oh, it's to preserve the fish.
Can't you desiccate it? Just dry that fish?
That's why it was salted to begin with.
Is that how can you? What? So does jerkifying beef, for instance, does that involve a shit ton of salt?
I have yet to encounter a marinade that wasn't extremely salty, but I don't think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm coming to you, the jerk master.
Well, not yet, but one day.
Potentially.
You could dry it a lot easier, and like certain meats lend themselves to drying, especially when you're done. You've cooked it first, or it's meat that was never really bacteria heavy to begin with. Like you'd never want to do raw chicken jerky.
No, I can see that being an issue.
Yeah. Now, raw beef jerky, on the other hand, yeah, that's fine. By the time it's dry, it's perfectly safe to eat. Have you ever done the beef tartare?
No, but I do. Basically, all steak I cook is basically that anyway.
Oh, yeah, you want it mooing. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I want to eat in the salad. I cook my steak under a heated argument. That's as much as I want from that.
That's good. I like that. What? That's one step better. My friend had this. I take my steaks outside. I set them down beside the barbecue and then take them in. It's like, why? I just want to show them the flame. I just want to know the flame's there.
I walk past the kitchen with the steak on a plate. Yeah, that's fine.
But that's a step better, though. I got to do a heated argument with them, and yeah,
under
some spicy barbs back and forth, and yeah, there it's done.
Cook it under a sick burn.
Yeah.
No, that's the way. I mean, I was eating a couple of weeks ago. So cooked steak for me and someone else. And how'd you like your steak? And they went medium, and I went, all right. Very close to throwing them out, but no, I cooked the steak for them anyway. And then I'm eating mine, and they looked at mine and went, "You need to cook that again." And no, I don't. It's lovely. And they went, "It is raw in the middle." I went, "Yeah."
Okay, so the Jerk King. Well, actually, it's Jerk Master, Bryce. Jerk Master. Yeah. And yeah, I'm a big fan of jerky. I like fish jerky, beef jerky, of course. I think the most underrated jerky of all is the turkey jerky. It's the elusive one.
Turkey jerky.
Yeah, turkey jerky is out fucking standing. If you can get off-season turkey, which means just not Thanksgiving, not Christmas. You understand what I mean? Like right.
Just rest of the year, it's day job turkey.
Yeah, you can get remarkably cheap turkey, especially if you get a whole bird or just like turkey legs or whatever, turkey wings. Because you do chicken wings. You should try a turkey wing Friday for a chicken wing Saturday. You're gonna feel like you're eating Lilliputian food the next day.
They are big. I'm not big on the turkey though, Matt. I gotta say, why is it you can't have chicken jerky, but you can have turkey jerky? Then you'd think both of them being birds and having beaks, they would contain much the same bacteriums.
Well, if you did chicken the way that you do turkey, I'm sure you could get away with it. Which is you do the roast, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you cook it to absolute internal temperature. It's best to use a thermometer so you know that you've gotten there. And the moment you reach the right internal temperature, stop. And you roast the thing wrapped in foil. You know what I mean? You're going for peak moisture. And then take it out, let it cool just enough to handle it, and then slice her up, marinade, go to town, jerkify.
Yeah, I could fuck with that. That sounds all right. Yeah, I find turkey to be a dry, flavorless bird, as it is. Honestly, if it weren't for America, like its career would have never taken off.
It is. It's true, but it's a native bird. What do you expect? I mean, I want to be the man producing like emu jerky, rather, not emu.
I'm on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emo as well. I mean, the good thing about emo jerky is it cuts itself up. So it's really a lot of less work than there is anything else. If you jerk it, I will eat it. Good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole point of being the jerk. So let me explain the jerk master thing for those who don't get it. Yeah, there's a spicy little joke there, but I'm not ashamed to say it. I want aprons that say the jerk master. I want dry rubs that say the jerk master. Get it? Dry rubs that say.
I mean, bro, I just said if you jerk it, I will eat it. So we're in the same boat here,
yeah.
mate.
Just lean into it. It doesn't, make a difference.
Yeah. We're ignoring her. Be it. Come on, grow up. For fuck's sake. What's wrong with you people?
Well, my problem is that I've discovered the range that's available in... I used to have a dehydrator back in the day, and it was a good one that was gifted to me because someone was moving and they couldn't take it with them. Isn't that a glorious time to get your hand on appliances?
That is exactly how I got my my recent appliance, a slow cooker.
Nice. Just didn't have the room when packing and moving. Oh, glorious time.
Yeah.
So you want this dehydrator? And it's like, hell yeah. And so took it, and the element in it, it's not very hot, but it's enough to create a little bit of heat with the fans and everything. I've never been able to get one like that again because they are pricey, where it's all stainless steel. It's not all plastic internal components. You don't want that thing. You'll burn it right out. They're like $50-$60. You go look at the ones that are like a restaurant, and then there's this big jump to the ones restaurants will use. These big square stainless steel monstrosities with glass doors, and they're awesome, and they're like $500-$600. But I will get my hands on a good dehydrator, and I will become the jerk master, and I will have my own seasonings and whatnot. It's going to be a great thing.
I think there's a lot of credit in making your own. Like, if you have like
I thought you were gonna keep going there, just making your own. Stop. Yeah, no, there is, because if you're gonna be a jerk guy, it really you become a marinade dude and a dry rub dude. It's really about the seasoning.
Yeah,
that's the whole fucking thing. And therein lies the rub.
Fantastic! That was both Shakespeare and a pun. That was fantastic work.
Yeah, that would be the whole point there. I'd have like 3-4 different things in different stainless steel bowls in the fridge marinating for different times, and it's like, oh man, I gotta get going. That beef's been marinating for like 36 hours. It's time to get it on the fucking dry grill. And a friend of mine, he's deep into fucking cookouts and barbecue. More smoking now than anything. He loves his cold smokes, his dry smokes, his just. Woof. I want to do.
You get a wet smoke.
No, not.
I guess that's fog.
Not particularly. He is a big fan. Like he's got so the chimney, the big cylindrical thing that they put their wood chips in, and then start a fire over a propane burner, and then they pick the whole thing up and dump it inside. He's got this newfangled chimney of his own devising that his friend who does sheet metal work made for him.
Nice.
Yeah, off of his specs and diagrams and shit. I want to be like this, where I never dump the charcoal or the burning wood out of it, so I can pull it out, wet the wood, put it back in, and get a fresh smoke off of this wood. And he insists that it's a different flavor when you re-wet the wood mid-smoke.
I can see that, but see, that's the difference between being a jerk guy and a jerk master.
Yeah,
is the apparatus that you're using and who built it and who designed it. You get some of that store-bought shit. All right, you're into jerking meat, as all blokes are, right? In one way or another. But if you've designed it and built it yourself, no, sir, you are a jerk master.
Yeah. And when he told me that, I started thinking, whoa, the pre-smoked jerk. Put it.
I held it together for so long, man.
But I mean, put it in there, give it like an hour and a half, cold smoke, then take it out and finish off the dehydrating process. It's gonna have like that nice thick. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like a smoked like pork loin or whatever when they cut it in half and you get the ring penetration. He's a big fan of pointing out.
Oh my god, you're fucking with me now.
No, not at all. My man will cut in half cross section. Go look at the penetration of that ring, and it's like you'll see it like deep down. Like it'll go, if it goes half an inch deep into the meat, that means it's flavor in for another inch after that. The discoloration into the flavor. Anyone knows smoking?
Did they have to call it ring penetration though?
Why? What's wrong with it? You need the penetration. You need the penetration ring in the pre-smoked jerk to be able to tell if it's gone deep enough.
They knew. I mean, what other terms are we missing here as well? Just like, make sure you beat your meat before jerking. Like, it's
absolutely necessary. Tenderizing? Absolutely. Oh man, my own tenderizing mallets. That'd be a line of stuff.
Just make a warhammer.
Yeah, that would be the thing. Like the Mjolnir's and your Thor's hammer tenderizers are the only good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the only good
mean-
tenderizing mallets I've ever seen, like gimmick or theme tenderizers. Like that's
Mm.
just a great idea. So yeah, this will be the Warhammer. You know,
I mean, that's just a hammer. A Warhammer's got a fucking proper long handle on it as well. I'm talking like, fucking medieval quality.
Yeah.
Let's do. Let's.
it's the
jerk
short
it
little handle that
medieval
I can't
style.
work by. That's when you're just making some scampi. You just want to like pound it out at a distance with some lamb fillets or whatever.
Yeah.
No. This is for when you're pounding your beef out to be flat. You can take rump roast and beat that meat so you can jerk properly.
Beat meat.
Rump,
That's right.
beat, jerk.
I mean, it's got to have a long handle on the jerk hammer here. Give me a large enough fulcrum, and I will smoke the earth.
Nice. I will tenderize it.
I will tenderize the earth.
Oh, this is how many before we went live. I was just bringing up all my screens to make sure we got one new.
Are there other things that we're missing here, like the chimney that isn't called a chimney or anything? It's called like the ash hole. Like, because they know what they're doing with this.
Did that donation not come up on your screen?
No, it didn't actually. No.
It was Nightmare Liquid Cat.
I think I'm fine with missing that.
Well, hold on, let's just play it again.
It
So Drunkle didn't
scares
see
me.
it. We want him to see it.
Christ.
And it's $5, so it doesn't work again.
Oh, I got it that time.
You got it? Well, chat didn't.
I got it.
But chat saw it the first time. So okay, well,
Guy's music.
yeah. Cat is liquid, cat is music. Zira, thank you very much for the $5. Ahoy, hoy, Polly. Ahoy, hoy, Zira. Nice to hear from ya. My friend asks, why did the Roman Empire keep expanding? I said to her, it's in their name. They're always Roman. What they built their roads for. I see no problems here. Excellent. Thank you, Zira. That bad, huh? It's fine. Oh, hey, look, I've got Far's Christmas shanking sound clip on here still. I thought that was gone.
I want to hear that.
Tis the season to shank a bitch.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Christmas shanking.
What an odd thing to say.
I want to talk to you about light bulbs, Polly.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got a thought or
no,
two on light bulbs, let me tell you.
I want you to talk.
I do. What? This is...
How did you know I'd enjoy that so much? I want you to talk to me about light bulbs.
I've been watching some clips from like late night commie shows like pre-2016 before they all turned into like self-serving duplicitous pricks.
Right.
You know, your Fallons and your Jimmies, your Fallons and your
general
Kimmels.
Jimmies.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Jimmy's getting rustled.
Your Conans and your Colberts and whatnot.
Mm.
And I've discovered a few things. Most of the time, these people are like insufferably unprofessional. Well, I would argue that it's their production crew and their production budget that makes them have a wider, more notable show than ours. Because I say our show is better, more inspired, more comedic, more interesting.
I agree. Yeah.
Our show has heart. I mean, you ever watch Jimmy Fallon? Like, he seems like a nice enough guy, but really, he's a nervous nerd, and he leans into it like this. What's the charmingly befuddled British actor that gets work and shouldn't?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, thank you. Jimmy Fallon is America's answer to Hugh Grant. An answer to an awkward question no one should have asked, stutteringly.
Which is the one that laughs at everything? That's a Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is that Kimmel or Fallon? I've never seen. Well, I know of them, but so we're on about that guy, the guy who looks ugly. I don't like him because he has the same facial structure as a cousin that I really don't like.
Oh yeah, Advocates
the-
definitely. Is also the fact they're on major networks. Yeah, that has a lot to do with it. Because
Is it Fallon? Is it Fallon? The one whose nostrils are perpetually flared.
Well, I couldn't help you out there, but I haven't.
That's the one who laughs at everything.
Yeah, Fallon is the one who laughs at everything. The guy who cries over democratic morals on cue. That's Kimmel.
That's okay, right? Yeah. No, there was also the one who did like a fucking song and dance about a new strain of COVID, and you could see behind his eyes that he was dead inside.
Oh man, Christ, James.
Is
Corden.
it not putting it down? Oh.
James Corden is the answer to the question. What? What would be the
Why
question?
should humans cease to exist?
Yeah, to be or not to be. Not Jimmy.
Yeah.
James Corden in there. Yeah, he's insufferable. Craig Ferguson. That is to me the proof. I was talking about this last night with Sam. The Scotsman. Do you know who I mean? Craig Ferguson. No, okay. He did the Late Show and eventually got canceled. There's a legitimately funny, charismatic man, and they have like Jimmy Fallon. I'm awkward and weird and not a particular. I guess he's a good comedy writer. People say that for him. It's like, yeah, but not every writer is going to be a good guy to put out in front, but they do. I guess it's because he's Mr. like inoffensive, and there you go. Oh well, he's charmingly befuddled in an American non-Hugh Grant way. All right, I guess that works for some people. Kimmel just strikes me as paper thin, false, fraud, not genuine. Very much the same way that James Corden does. It's the same way that Stephen Colbert does. Whatever they need to do, I'll never be able to get over Stephen Colbert dancing with a bunch of syringes saying, get the shot. No, man, no. But Craig Ferguson, man, he was great. What a perfect example, in my mind, of network institutional momentum at its best. They've made this decision on Fallon. They're going to double, triple, quadruple down on him, whatever they need to do, and keep promoting him. Let me tell you something.
Right, Craig, the Scottish guy. I know the Scot. Yeah, Craig Ferguson.
Yeah,
I've seen his.
He's
stuff,
money,
yeah.
man. He's top shelf talent. That guy for hosting late night.
You get the impression that he writes a lot of his own stuff as well, as opposed to a writer's room. It's in the delivery, isn't it?
100%. And is he good on his feet? I'll tell you who I've noticed is like actually legitimately good and funny on their feet. And I'm not talking like quip battling or whatever, just legitimately an interesting, charismatic guy. Him and Conan. There's the funny guys on their feet.
Yeah, I like a bit of Conan. Yeah, he's a good host.
Yeah, Conan is as milquetoast as I want to go, if you know what I mean. Like that's as lighthearted as I want to go. Any more lighthearted than that, and it's like a thin photocopy of a real person. And that's the Jimmies, that's Corden, that's whoever. I just can't fucking deal with it. Why do they keep hiring these people? Drunkle.
I mean, no, I was happy with James Corden going to America. We shut the door and locked it behind him. We said, you're not allowed back.
Ferguson was
he keeps threatening to. No one likes. There's an AMA on Reddit from James Corden. I think it was before... What's this? Beauty and the Beast came out, which he was in, unfortunately. He did an Ask Me Anything, and it was just sheer savagery. Like people were just fucking. The questions were like, "Why are you such an insufferable cunt?" People who've actually, met him IRL and just said, "This is actually the worst fucking human being I've ever had the displeasure of being around." Is absolutely. You want to hear one? You want to hear one?
All right. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah, okay. I'm looking it up, you dick. I'm James Corden alongside Ben Winston and 5 of our team. Oh, right. So this was because of carpool karaoke.
Oh, right.
Right. So, hey, James, you won't remember me, but me and my friends sat at a table next to you and Harry Styles and some others at a restaurant in London's Chinatown about 6 years ago. We didn't bother you, but you were a massively entitled cunt who yelled and treated the waitstaff like shit, and when one of my party politely suggested you calm down, you got really aggressive and threatening, in a chubby way, like a boozy panda. So my question is this: why did Harry seem so cool while you were such a massive throbbing bellend? They are all like this. Everyone who's ever had any human contact with him goes, no, that guy is the epitome of a walking cunt. It's a great read. People in the chat, if you're sat there, you go, I'm bored, just go and read some of that, mate. You can have a brilliant night.
Like, people have done whole videos. Your Turkey Tom-esque type people on YouTube, when James Corden destroyed his entire career. Why does the entire industry hate James Corden? What a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, if you are a basically inoffensive guy like Fallon, you're not going to go sideways at somebody. You're not going to like piss somebody off because you're just sitting there doing your job and you're dead happy you're getting millions of dollars for showing up and wearing suits you couldn't possibly afford otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, But
Right.
they keep putting you out in front, even though you're this milquetoast, lackluster, one-dimensional guy, in my opinion. Okay, James Corden, he's none of those things. Like, charming, can get it done, but isn't particularly exciting. No, he's quite the opposite, needle in the other direction. He's obnoxious, annoying, abrasive. Like you said, a fucking huge bell end, a self-satisfied, smug prick. In other words, John Oliver.
I have no idea how Corden even fucking broke into America. John Oliver like moved over there. He started doing TV shows and shit. He was in Community. He was excellent in Community. He popped up in a lot of stuff. You see him in the beginning of episode 1 of Green Wing. He played a bit part in that in the UK. Oh, well, that's John Oliver. He's in America now. He went over to America, got an agent over there, started doing some fucking acting work, and then ended up in the late night talk show circuit. How the fuck did like Corden? It seemed just got a fucking invite. Hey, do you want to do the late show? And he went, yeah, okay then.
Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, look, and it's just been it's been turtles all the way down.
But how do they
since.
make these fucking decisions? It's like the worst fucking focus group ever as a cross section of America or the world, the global viewing audience, whoever the fuck it is. I'd love to be there in that focus group. It's like, okay, there are. British comedy in and of itself is its own institution. And these are the people that you choose to, represent it? That amazes me. I was watching clips, okay, of John Cleese, the immortal John Cleese. Okay, just doing conversation with Conan and just him talking. Like, he can't not be funny. This guy could be eulogizing you at a funeral and he's going to have people rolling in the fucking aisles. And he doesn't even want to.
He literally did that when one of the members of Monty Python died.
Really?
He gave a eulogy at the yeah, he had people rolling around with laughter. Like, he actually did that.
It's so well done. It's a style. You can't, like, he could write jokes and very few people would, if anyone, would be able to repeat them with the comedy intact. You know what I mean? He told this whole story to Conan about, my mother is always, every time I ask her how she's doing, I call her every week. I'm a good son. And she goes, well, I'm actually feeling a little bit down. And that was the whole joke. This 5-minute story about it. It was like, well, you've been feeling a little bit down for the past 50 years. But to hear John Cleese say it, it was knocked down funny. And I laughed out loud in the room by myself. It was that funny. And he goes in this whole thing, how he's going to have his mother, he's going to call a taxidermist and have her stuffed and have her by the door. So every time he leaves, he can say hello and goodbye, Mom. And so, like, it's like, I'll never really miss you that way. So quit saying you're going to miss me when I'm gone. I'm sick of hearing it. You'll never actually be gone because I'm going to have you stuffed. I mean, to hear me just sort of give the quick rendition of it, even if I tried laying it out with his beats and his timing, it wouldn't work. My point being, there's so many funny British comedians. Corden, how do you get in there? And John Oliver, yeah, I can believe that the guy would be funny, but he completely ruins it with his smug bullshit. I know better than you. Let me explain to you how the world works, son. And it's always like, let me explain to you why the Republicans are wrong, son. It's annoying, and he can't seemingly not do it. He's like Jon Stewart. He has to come across as smug and condescending. And I admit they're both funny. Jon Stewart is definitely a funny comedian. But unfortunately, everything has to come in the way of, you stupid flyover state yokels. Let me tell you why a bigger government with more regulations would make your life better. Why can't you realize it, you fucking poor?
I'm afraid I draw the line at an Englishman doing a thrice weekly show commenting on American politics, Polly. I draw the line there, and I will not have it. I've sent you the John Cleese eulogy.
Did you?
Yeah, I think it's 2 minutes long. But it's a funeral. They're filming a funeral. I didn't even know people did that. I saw what was it? It's Jimmy Kimmel was a guest on James Corden's show, and they did this thing. It was like Wheel of Food. It was disgusting foods, and if I think so, they had to ask a question, and if they couldn't answer it, then they had to eat one of these disgusting foods. Now the other guy, this is James Corden's show, right? The other guy, he knows that how horrible it is to work with James Corden, and these cards that were brought up, he would just disregard the question on the cards and just ask what he wanted, right? And the first one, right, it comes around and he picks up the card and he pretends to read it, but he goes, "Name one person on your production crew."
Ooh.
Yeah, right. Just called him the fuck out right there. Oh, and James Corden's like, oh, actually, no, we've got a different team in today, so I don't really know, like, because he's such an ass hat to work with.
I'm sorry. I want to. I kind of want to see him caught, like with that, pressure on him. Not a man who's good on the spot. I mean, that reminded me. Craig Ferguson's shtick. Every time he would sit down, here's these cards with all of the information, your 3x5 note cards, and tore him up every time he'd sit down to interview somebody.
Yeah. All right.
That was the first thing. He'd tear them up into like 7 or 8 little pieces and throw them through the fake window going out into the city. Like, I don't need those. But did it with every single person. It was his bit.
I love that. That's just let's have a chat. That was like Irate Prostate, God bless him, for his cream stream. R.I.P. and peace, Irate Prostate. We miss you, buddy.
Absolutely.
And he would just fucking he said, "Well, I want to interview you," and I'm like, "You want to interview? Really? Why?" And he went, "Because it'd be fun." I'm like, "Okay, so what are we going to talk about?" He goes, "Well, just whatever." So like, he's going, "What's your favourite shirt? what sort of toothpaste do you use?" Like, he's just going for it on the spot. It was one of the best goddamn conversations I've ever had on YouTube, mate. We miss you, Irate.
Yeah, no doubt. I remember having conversations with him on, oh man, it was always off stream, a few times on stream. Talked to him a bunch over on Randy Monkey's channel when I still used to hang out with Monkey a lot. Shout out to Monkey. Been a hot minute since we got to talk.
F's in the chat for Irate Prostate, guys.
Absolutely.
It's been a hot minute as well, man.
And he had a great sense of humor about how old he was too. I hope I'm that hilarious about my age when I'm his age. You know what I mean? It just
yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Okay. So you get the people are talking about Trevor Noah, mentioning Trevor Noah. I don't what's to say. Boring. Someone says now do Trevor Noah. It's not like I'm sure. Stop talking about late night host, Polly. It's like, or just like no, actually, legitimately rake that guy over the coals. I'm not sure what Donkey Punch meant by that, but what's to say about him? Let's move on. Like to me, he was boring.
He's very bland.
Yeah, he's one-dimensional. There's not much to say. But after he leaves, they get the Daily Show with this rotating series of guests and guest hosts. And who did they bring back for repeated cycles? Charlemagne the Fag. Are you fucking serious? That guy? That guy's an ignorant fucking bigot. He's a moron. With fucking designs on being like a multimedia champ. With your bullshit? Going around with a stupid ass name like Charlemagne the Fag? I mean, that's not really.
That actually, if I Google that, will it come up with?
I hope so. No, it's just I'm not going to call him what he insists people call him. I mean, Charlemagne the God. It's like, the God, really?
The God?
Yeah. Because he's on some fucking, well, back in the day, for a hot minute, a little bit of notoriety.
God, it's THA.
THA.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you.
Back in the day, he was on some like 5% Nation of Islam, Nation of Gods and Earths bullshit, an offshoot of the Nation of Islam in the United States. It's some minor, what would you want to call it, quasi-Islamic cultic nonsense. It doesn't make a difference. It's something that was popular for a hot minute in the urban environment and in some circles of East Coast hip hop. And he's like, "Oh, that's me. I'm Charlemagne the God." And I'm like, "Do you realize that you named yourself after the first Christian king of Europe? You fucking idiot. You just heard that name and thought it was fucking cool, didn't you?"
You're not allowed to deify yourself.
What's that?
But even the Romans wouldn't allow someone to deify themselves.
Well, I mean, I'm certainly not trying to defend it because it is, harebrained nonsense. But I mean, that is the entire idea behind 5% theology, is that the black man is God. So he's calling himself God quite literally in line with that theology.
I thought they were kangs.
Right? Kings and quangs.
Quangs?
Yeah, quangs. I mean, it's Charlemagne the little G with the little D. Okay, well, I did. That got funnier the longer I read. I'm like, yeah, it is like a little G that he spells it with. Yeah. But I'd just rather go, Charlemagne the Fag. Fuck that guy, man. He really bugs the shit out of me. All right, him and Medicare had the smallest little fucking moment of rubbing up against each other, like rubbing past each other in comments. He made fun of this guy for being real short, because he is, and carries on with all this bravado when the guy's like 5'2", so really he's just got like this Napoleon thing working, the way he talks and carries on.
It worked for Napoleon.
Word. Oh. Faggot.
Yeah.
I feel as though, because as the show was starting, a guy in the chat called John did use freedom. a word to that caliber, and I removed the comment, and I said, John, please be aware that YouTube, the owner of the channel, does get in the shit for the shit that the chat says. I would just like to apologise to you, John. Apparently, those rules are out the window today. You carry on, sir. My bad, mate.
UTLC Dave, thank you for the $1.69. I made it out of the country of shitland and fuck. No wonder you dipshits don't smash that like button. The whole background is bullshit. Smash the like button and save yourself today. Cocksuckers. Well, thanks, Steve Dave. That's belligerence from afar. Appreciated. Lobbed like an angry artillery shell. Gamer Verlaine, thank you for the $6 and the gamer word. Oh yeah, Kimmel embarrasses the fuck out of James Corden. Also, I think I could take Larry. Yeah. Why is Charlemagne go with Charlemagne? Why'd you name your, like, if you hate Western culture and European culture and everything's white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. That's a fucking incredible fucking bigot. And if he's not actually one, okay, sir, you convinced me. You do a stunning impression of one. If you hate this shit so much, why would you name yourself after the first Christian king of Europe? Because he's an ignoramus, man. Didn't even realize he was doing it. He just thought it sounded cool. His name's fucking Larry. Fucking Larry. Not Lawrence. Larry is what his birth certificate says. Yeah. And I insist, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about, or you kind of forgot, this is the guy that Joe Pants Shitting Biden actually had the fucking deranged nerve to say to, well, if you don't know who you should vote for, me or Trump, then you ain't black. That was the interviewer he was talking to at the time. Charlemagne. Who didn't... Larry. Yeah, Larry. Who didn't say nothing.
Harold.
You know, Mr. Too Black, Too Strong. Mr. Can't get me down. Mr. You figure I stand on my own 2 feet. I do for self. Really? This fucking pants shitting crazy old white guy talk to you like that? I mean, that was insulting, man. Really insulting. When he said, goes, I don't care about that. I want to know what you're going to do for my community, was his response. Really? I think he just told you what he was going to do for your community. Nothing. Nothing. Vote for me. Otherwise, you ain't black. Democrats, man. Anyway, we got some political news to talk about. Speaking of news, is that something you might want to do? News, maybe?
I could be tempted. Is it smoked? Is it jerkified? Or is it just news as God intended?
You mean smoke, like bringing the smoke, or just like tasty smoke?
Tasty smoke.
Polly has no
Big
tabs
smoke.
today. Lies, sir. Lies, divine petulance. I got tabs. I got tabs for days. Not really for days. You know what I do have, though? Depressing tabs. Uncle, we're gonna test our comedic bones here.
We're getting depressed?
So why didn't I flinch? Because the laws of science differ fundamentally from those of... Fuck you!
I just remember flashing the cutting in that "fuck you" from the edit. And I thought I was going a little crazy with twice the gain of Neil deGrasse Tyson's voice. No, it was worth it. It was the right call, wasn't it?
Do you know, I think about that donation a lot, about like how can it be justified? Because why did the ball break the laws of physics just to smash Neil deGrasse Tyson in the face? And I think that's probably the answer. Because it's Neil deGrasse Tyson's face. Maybe there's like the gravitational pull of his own ego, brought the ball back.
Right?
Smashed him in the head. It's got to be, hasn't it?
I mean, ego, maybe, but I would have to. I would have to imagine that his own sense of self-satisfaction is more dense, thus having a higher gravity. So that's probably the true draw for that ball.
I mean, you just look at him when he goes, so why didn't I flinch? Like, gee, put your eyebrow down, you piece of shit.
See what I mean? That smug self-satisfaction, that's the true hidden. It's like dark matter. You can't see it, but holy shit, man, it's pulling everything in the vicinity towards it.
I mean, Gamer Levine, you've got a lot to go for if you want to be the queen of actually, because you're up against this guy. Neil deGrasse Tyson is the physical embodiment of the word actually.
Yeah, but at least Verlaine can come in and not repeat herself, 7 times a year for the last 10 years. You ever seen the Twitter accounts that are just responding with retweets of Tyson's previous tweets when you already said that?
Yeah. If you kiss your own reflection, you'll only ever kiss yourself on the lips.
Yeah, and it's just reworded slightly. Get the idea? This guy might not control his account, and somebody's taking this fucking moron to the cleaners to be their social media manager or his ex-manager, and just retweeting his old material, subsidizing their job. Love it. Love it. Woo! So I just got this idea that might be Tyson's funeral. Just throw him off a cliff. He's an atheist. He doesn't care. And he's
Throw him in the trash.
Yeah. No, he's talked about it. It's like, I want to help return me to the carbon cycle. Don't even burn me. Plant me. I remember seeing an interview where he said that.
We're not even waiting until you die, Neil.
Yeah.
What
a weird thing to double and triple down on. Man, I would have believed you that you're not a man of faith just by saying that. You didn't need to tell me about you want trees growing out of your dead body, man. That just got weird. I would have believed
just an
you.
absolute ass. You can only kiss yourself in the mirror on the lips. Yeah, what dumb, smart thing to say. Do you think that you're like this was mind-blowing for people who didn't know how fucking reflections work, Neil? You honestly thought that was a smart thing to say? That's like the kind of motherfucker who sits there and goes like, why is it called a love seat? You know?
I sit on with my friend, he's male, my gate. Yes, Neil. Drunkle, here's a good one for me to read off right away. Cheshire Smurf. Good to see you, Cheshire Smurf. And
yes.
the man's name who can make me sound like I'm slurring my words drunk, but I haven't had a drop. Cheshire Smurf. Thank you for the $3. I was going to donate to Drunkle, but his Streamlabs is missing from the description. Drunkle, can you shoot me your Streamlabs and I'll add it right now?
Bro, what the fuck? You did this last time, man.
I did.
You costed me money.
Not by intention. There's a reason man, it's dead in the middle. As soon as I read that, I'm like, well, let me get this one first so you can send me your shit. In the meantime, Scales of the Chief Librarian, thank you very much for the 1776. Scales of the Chief Librarian. My Primarch, hello. I haven't a clue why blacks angry with American Christian rule go to the one religion that said they were worth a fourth of the children of God. Muhammad Ali started this retardation.
Taxation is theft.
Oh, God damn it, motherfucker.
Scales, I hear you. You know what the worst part about that? You know, Muhammad Ali started that. I don't know. Like, okay, I see your point. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but yeah, okay. I don't really have knowledge on that. Maybe it was him that started it. But I can't tell you what is particularly tragic about Muhammad Ali, in my opinion. Drunkle, get this. Hello?
Yeah, no,
oh, okay.
Yeah, go on.
Muhammad Ali, when he joins up with the Nation of Islam, the aforementioned main group that the 5% splintered off from, creating retards like Charlemagne, you know, that group. So when he joined up, Muhammad Ali joined up, he was Cassius Clay by his parents' name, right? And then joined up with the Nation of Islam, who renamed him Muhammad Ali, named after Muhammad of Mecca, the chief caravan robbing pedophile. And
Big M.
Yeah. And then his immediate follower, underling, and relative, Ali, and hence the name Muhammad Ali. Okay. So you named yourself after, to get away from the white man's oppressive rule, after two people that literally owned and traded in black slaves their entire life. The African slave trade in Islam was a huge fucking thing, and Muhammad encouraged it.
It screams freedom.
Yeah, he engaged in it himself. And so you name yourself after these two guys to get away from white racism. What were you trying to get away from? Cassius Clay. Clay, your parents' names, who are both like civil rights people and abolitionists, and the name Cassius was a civil rights leader that had died, that they named you after in honor of him because how much they respected him. So you are Cassius Clay, named after two different abolitionists and freedom seekers in America, to rename yourself Muhammad Ali after two literal African slave owners. Smart move.
I notice how the black community isn't screaming cultural appropriation when it comes to the white man enslaving people. They're very quiet about that part, aren't they?
Well, yeah, not convenient.
For there's an ethnicity that have been doing it way longer. Yeah, there's no my culture isn't your goddamn prom dress. There's none of that anymore, is there? When it comes to slavery, no.
Where are we, John boy? If I had to
there we
guess,
go.
I'd say communist China. Are we gonna die here? Darn fucking
right.
It's Cheshire Smurf. I can say it because I am drunk. For $5. Thank you very much, Cheshire Smurf. Says, Valine likes you well enough to do more work than me by finding the slabs. I did see that in the chat as well, Valine, Welshman, and then the Streamlabs link as well. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Cheshire Smith. Much appreciated, my man.
There you go. Drunkle's Streamlabs is below, so donate generously, and often. His link is below for all to see. What else was I going to do here? Oh, yeah. CTP.
How about that news?
Well, as soon as I get through these donations, I'll be right up on it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Gamer Valine, thank you for the $16. It's bad when I could meet a shitheel like Larry and immediately be able to mock how small he is. Stand? I couldn't tell. Go grab a stool, little man. I would love to see fucking Valine make him kowtow. That guy's famous for fucking running from any kind of confrontation. I mean, much like Weebo Jones, I mean, I'm not scared of Valine or Weebo, but I am afraid they'll hit me.
Yeah,
Right.
No, you're not scared, but you are like rightly fearful.
Rightly fearful that they would hit me. Now, I'm still not going to run. I'm just not going to aggravate them in person. You understand?
Yeah, like you see like a venomous snake, you just don't poke it with a stick.
Right. Now, whereas Larry Charlemagne, man, he'll just break out and fucking run. I mean, a video of guys getting ready to beat his fucking ass out in front of his radio station show. And, man, dude ran up the block, and he just didn't run and then take a look behind him. He ran like a cartoon character runs. Just, like, went for the horizon and didn't stop till he disappeared over it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm picturing it. In cartoon form, it makes sense, but if you do it live action, it does not.
Yeah,
I want to give a shout out to JB right there. He says Robinson Crusoe was the only man to ever have all his work done by Friday. That's fucking brilliant. And Fucked Out 5 in the chat as well. The best name on YouTube says, sorry, I'm late. I just got out of surgery. Pleasure to have you here, Fucked Out 5. I hope everything went swimmingly, mate. I hope your recovery is swift.
Absolutely. Always great to have Fucktard 5 around. One of the regulars.
Hell yeah.
Good to hear your surgery went well enough that you're able to visit with us. CTP, thank you very much for the $6. More poly words for the gamer words to tell off that smug N-word. E-N-W-A-R-D, you clever son of a bitch.
Not bad. Not bad. Good work.
I can't believe you just, I feel hoodwinked, bamboozled. You just tricked me into saying that. And well done, because I did, and didn't even see it coming. That was great.
That was just like masterfully constructed sentence as well. That was great. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you, CTP. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, and fuck your 30% YouTube. Now, I believe we were talking about some schnews.
Oh, I believe so, sir. I believe so.
Light bulbs. Yeah, here's a short version of the story. I'm in a room with lamplight.
God.
No, listen, I know,
so
but listen how fast I can make this happen, all right? This is nothing. Far's got the responsibility of tard wrangling me on Fridays on Noir Bar, but see, someone needs to wrangle her, and I put her responsible for wrangling me, so it doesn't work out too well. Yeah, it's a little hard to bring me back on topic, but I'm sitting in a room with lamplight because the light fixture in the ceiling, that bulb burned out, and that socket's only good for up to 60 watts, and all I can find are 100-watt bulbs. So I'm sitting here with a little 40-watt lamp, and shit sucks, man. I feel like I'm in a fucking library late at night right now up over my computer room here. It's no good. No good.
Maybe you should like turn the lamp on the stream on and off. That'll make you.
Oh, I can do that. Hold on. Yeah.
You can do that. That'll make you feel better.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. There it is.
There you go.
Look at it go.
It's brighter than my future.
Yeah. I wonder what it is. Look at that. Anyway, I'm going to turn it off and leave it off, and then turn it on. That someone could be, wait a minute. Did the light come on in that room? Yes, it did. This whole room is multi-active in interaction.
There's a lot going on here, guys.
The thing that pisses me off about bulbs that I want to complain about is that I don't know if it's just me, but the bulbs that I have, I mistakenly bought and didn't realize I had them for like, I don't know, well over a month. I don't know what the fuck happened to the receipt. It's not like I could return them at that point. They're all LED replacement bulbs that are bright blue-white light. I hate them
very
over
cold.
the over the top of the head fluorescent tube lights that are blue-white light. That's half the reason people get depressed and hate their fucking work site. Not the whole reason. You know, the low pay and soul draining work, or a significant portion of it as well. I'm sure.
Bitch of a manager. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It does contribute to this, certainly.
So that blue-white light, that cold light, I fucking hate it. I should have paid closer attention to the package where it says the color temperature of the light bulb. I could use one of those and screw it in there, but I'm not turning my computer room into a room of depression. I'm here. It's already depressing enough.
You want to go warm? Well, you could just put like a little filter over the top of it, like something of a slightly warmer color.
Listen to the theater major speak. Where are your gels, sir? Get all your lighting gels.
Gel. That's the word. Gel. Thank you. It's been a while.
Fair enough.
Very expensive. Very expensive.
Oh yeah, they're not just colored plastic or whatever the fuck they are. Oh, no wonder
gel.
I thought chat started talking. I brought up another. Okay, hold on. I don't have current chat up. Sorry. What were you saying, Druggle?
They're when I worked in TV, I stole a load of them, and they were pissed off because they are not cheap.
The light bulb just went off. Yep. Here, watch. Back on. I can't help but feel that I'm underusing Stream Deck.
Is that when they say a light bulb just went off? They actually mean a light bulb just went on. Huh? If it goes off, then really, it's no longer illuminated. Ah.
You have the shit in front of you?
I see seagulls.
Yes. They're all dead.
Yes. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's babies in there, man. You can tell by the markings.
All right. Let's start this.
Wait, how do you know the seagulls are dead? Did you kill the seagulls?
No, they're not dead. I'm in a room that's depressing and you need to be as well. That's it.
You ever seen a seagull eat another seagull? I have.
No.
Yeah.
Is it like a snake? Does it like unhinge its jaw and just go to town whole?
No.
Oh.
No. They kind of they tuck in and they eat all the soft bits first. They get involved. They go for the awfully good bits. The seagulls will eat anything, man, including other seagulls, if they're dead. It was a dead seagull.
Right.
I've also seen a chicken rape a duck.
Okay, what were we saying about
story.
News? Okay, news.
True story. News.
Just put a colored plastic bag over the light poly, create some ambiance or whatnot. Or, an uninsurable set of fire damage.
But it's an LED. They don't really...
Oh, well, an LED, yeah. No, I was thinking about red hot studio lights again because you're talking about gels. No, an LED wouldn't. You're right.
I was actually talking about a chicken raping a duck.
Why are you...
And I laughed when it happened. It was at my auntie's farm, and I laughed, and she went, "Miller, it's not funny."
Don't make me start a poll. I know you don't want to hear this either, right?
I said, it is kind of funny. But she got really angry at me for laughing at it.
And rightly so.
No, it's not like the bird was traumatized or anything like that.
How do you know?
She was more traumatized by it than the duck was. The duck carried on living.
See, these are not dead birds.
But you said they were dead.
Do I need to repeat
You
again?
started this whole
I was trying to fuck with your head. It's like, oh my God, are they all dead? No, they're not dead. Look, they're obeying social distancing regulations and restrictions. Look, notice how they're all equally distant from each other. That's kind of weird, huh?
Except for those two on the left there.
Well, I mean, there's lovebirds, clearly. Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a different breed of bird.
No. It's like peacocks and peahens, man. These guys are buddies or gay, and these,
Peahens?
Okay, you laugh. So did I, but that's actually what they're called.
Shut up.
No, I'm look at like a peacock, the peahen. Yes, the peacocks are all male and the peahens are the females.
Lady.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And they don't look anything like a peacock. And again, I was the one who didn't know this either, so I understand your confusion. But yeah, they're not colored. They don't have any plumage. They're just kind of brown and spotted.
Yeah. So what's the collective name for
P-birds?
Because it's peafowl.
Is it peafowl?
It's peafowl.
Wow.
My God, most informative stream online. Peacocks, peahens. It could have been like peavadges, couldn't it? If you're going to name it, because we knew what you were doing. You went peacock, that's the male. Peahen, peavadge.
Wait, what's all this about gay birds? I mean, JP.
Well, just be PP. The men should be PP. Right, news was mentioned.
Right, yeah, we were talking about some news at some point, I believe. Okay, so I want to start off with this. Drunken, we've had some fun with unfortunate headlines or just confusing headlines.
Oh boy, have we?
Yeah, how about this one? Normal man sentenced to 210 years for dozens of CP activities, convictions.
Oh my God, has this happened again?
Yeah, normal man from
The town of Normal.
from the town of Normal, Illinois. No,
My God, it was only a couple of weeks ago I mentioned a headline like
know.
this, and it was September 4th. It's happened. It was today.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's like, no, he's nothing but the comments are all like, people actually are getting angry in the comments in different news segments, different news sites. There's the word I'm looking for. News sites online. Yeah, he's not normal. Why are you trying to normalize this? And you didn't read the story at all, did you? You didn't read the byline. Look, Normal, Illinois. It's the very first thing that it says. But people are a normal man arrested in 2021 on more than 50 counts of possessing CP was sentenced this week to more than 200 years in prison. Die under the prison, you. Fuck you.
200 years.
Right?
Jesus Christ. At some point, you got to be like, yo, high five. You know what I mean? Highest record. Come on. No? Okay.
Yeah. It's a high five and would require you to touch him. I don't want to touch that bastard. I don't want that bastard touching nobody.
Someone's going to, mate. He ain't going to last 210 years in prison, mate. They don't tend to. People of that ilk.
No. And even if you do, you're going to wish that you hadn't, the nonstop looking over your shoulder, you predator fuck.
It doesn't feel normal now, does it?
Yeah. Moving along. Homeowner receives complaints after setting up Halloween display in August. They were just portraits.
What? They were just what?
I'm just kidding. I just got to look at her and I was like, yeah, they were scary as fuck. She just put self-portraits all over the front of her house. And people were like, it's too early for Halloween, lady. What do you mean?
But no one's shouting at the fucking supermarkets for like putting their Halloween, their Christmas decorations up on fucking November the 1st. Why go after the individual right here? Maybe she loves Halloween. Maybe that's her Christmas. Because I was toying with the idea of putting the Halloween decorations up for the AAA at the beginning of September, Polly.
Uh-huh.
I thought that's probably a bit too much. I want to wait until October, but I would have been happy doing it on Monday. Halloween decorations up. Let's go.
Well, see, now here's the thing. In kind of a quasi-solidarity with the people that are really into their Halloweens, which, fuck, Halloween's a lot of fun, man. I hear you there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a Christmas dude, but love the
could be both.
Yeah, love the Halloweens. And the thing people are like, oh, I don't like Christmas being pushed back. I agree. Now, if you're in America, we have a hard buttress deadline dam. Buttress. An embankment, if you will. A rampart.
Peahen.
Yeah. No, come on, rampart? How often do you hear that?
No, a rampart, that just gets used every day here in Britain. But buttress? No, that's a good one.
Rampart gets used every day in Britain.
Pretty much.
Like figuratively speaking? Like as a stopgap measure?
No, it's just, you can't really walk down the road without someone mentioning a rampart. I mean, we don't have houses here. We have castles. So you got to remember, just like, fuck it up. Yeah, gotta get the rampart man in to fix me roof.
Can you imagine living in a country, chat? Those of you who don't live in England, where it's like, referencing ramparts and drawbridges and moats is an everyday occurrence, and you ain't playing D&D. This is just walking down the street.
Yeah, let down the drawbridge. I want to come into the pub.
Well, see, my point is that there's that hard line of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Here
in
America.
That's
so when people are like, oh, well, push it earlier and earlier. Hey, man, if you're putting up shit or doing shit or trying to celebrate Christmas before Thanksgiving, you're wrong. You're in the wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you can do it the day after if you want, but you cannot push it further back than Thanksgiving because Americans really care
I like that. You got Thanksgiving is a good buffer for that. I wish we had a Thanksgiving here, just like an Ungrateful Americans Day or something like that. But as a buffer, and then it's like, and then the next day you can start decorating Tesco, all right? But not until that day's done.
So I'm all for this lady being able to put up her early Halloween decorations. Godspeed, lady.
As is her right.
Yeah,
as is her right.
You purple-haired weirdo. You have a good time. I'm okay with it.
She's also taken it quite seriously here, Polly, as well. But judging by the metallic structure above her, she has a special Halloween gazebo in her garden.
Oh yeah, like that's like a tarp over top of the metal framework there, you think?
She's taking this shit seriously, and I think if everyone took Halloween a little more seriously, we'd all be happier as a population.
Wow. Certainly couldn't be sadder. Okay, there we go. Which brings us on to this guy who's like violating in a wrong way. She just wants to put up her decorations early, which she clearly works on. I don't know who the yellow masked or white masked, whatever this is. Who is this? What's that supposed to be?
I don't know. We got Beetlejuice in the background there on the right.
Sure we do. And I think this is like a real Walmart knockoff Kroger brand Freddy.
I mean, I've never seen Freddy Krueger with I want to say that's a gun, or is that like a mace? Or maybe
it's an axe. It's a medieval axe that's got a spike on the other opposing end of the axe blade.
But then, like, you think Freddy Krueger, you think like knife glove.
Anyone?
Maybe it's like just generic undead man.
Does anyone have any idea? People know Halloween. You know what I was thinking? Why don't people? It's not Candyman, but why don't people dress up as Candyman more? That's a fucking scary villain, man.
Blackface, isn't it?
Oh, son of a bitch, it is. It's such a great actor too. He was fantastic on Star Trek as Kirk.
What a voice!
Yeah. Oh,
Jesus
dude.
Christ. Oh, wow. Yeah.
One of my favorite reoccurring characters on Star Trek, simply because he comes on playing Kern, Worf's brother, and that voice, man. Oh yeah, fantastic. Moving along. So this guy, Maduro declares Christmas in October amid Venezuela's post-election strife, and I'm like, okay, like, did he really do that? Authoritarian president moves up holiday celebrations yet again to apparently distract from the political crisis, and I'm like, so
I'll do it.
It's kind of like what had a parade earlier or something like that, and then you see the quote as translated, it's September and it already feels like Christmas. So this year, as a way of paying tribute to you and thanking you, I'm going to decree that Christmas be brought forward to the 1st of October, Maduro proclaimed during one of his frequent TV appearances. I can't help but think this might be a little outside your purview, Maduro.
Well, I mean, this is Oliver Cromwell cancelled Christmas. And if he could do it, like he's just doing the opposite of, he's like the anti-Cromwell.
Yeah.
Bring it. But does that mean that there's no Christmas in December now? This is like, come on, about that. Hey, this is all your Christmas presents right here.
Yeah, I don't know.
You get 2, Maduro? Answer us, Maduro.
Like, is Venezuela mostly Catholic? Is he going to go with Candlemas is the celebration? Like, I mean, there's a bunch of holidays.
Festivus.
Yeah, maybe Festivus with
Festivus.
I just realized he's kind of got like a halfway Zelensky thing going on. I won't wear a tie, but I'm going to really starch my shirt collar.
It's business casual.
Yeah.
He's relating to you, but he's still at work.
I mean, this guy is he reminds me of Gavin Newsom. Definition: wider the smile, sharper the knife. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
That's a Ferengi rule of acquisition.
Someone with a wide smile.
Well, this guy's just got Stalin vibes working. Come on, look at him.
It's the mustache.
Yeah, and that steel gray hair. Oh yeah, you've seen some people hung from piano wire, haven't you? Haven't you?
It's just like I just woke up like this.
Oh, Bryce shows him some Star Trek. Yeah, what's his name? Tony what? The actor.
Danza.
No, the actor who plays Kern on Star Trek on TNG and DS9, and then
Manchukuo.
He's also, of course, Candyman and a bunch of other roles he doesn't get his best credit for. Tony. I can't remember. No, it's not Danza, for God's sake.
Todd.
Tony Todd. That is it. Thank you very much. Deadly snake found coiled on Lake Eismore's family staircase. So there it is, Cheshire Smurf, right in there with the Saddam light. David Graham. Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this guy's going to be on Wish.com before you know it.
Yeah, I see it. I totally see it.
Why don't you have an AK in the air firing, indiscriminately? Lean into Saddam if you're going to look like him.
The same reason I don't wear a tie.
So this highly poisonous snake is found on the family stairs. What's the big deal? Well, the family was locked in their own home upstairs. You know why?
Oh. 'Cause it was nighttime?
No, there was an app that they had in their smart house that had locked the doors, and they couldn't get the app to function to unlock the doors to allow the snake capture dude with his, selfie stick here to...
It's Nick Rod.
Yeah. So his St. Patrick rod wasn't of much use because, well, he couldn't get in the house, and they couldn't get out of the top floor. It's like, well, we're not leaving here. We feel safe here, but we need to send the pest control guy in. Well, we can't. Our app isn't working. What app? The one that unlocks the doors. Don't you have a key? No.
This is exactly why I hate the idea of smart houses. We all saw that episode of The Simpsons, right? And we've all seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, right? I don't I draw the line. I don't want digital locks because digital shit, right? Just pay attention to Wednesdays. How often does Polly's computer fuck up compared to the lock on your front door, chat? Ask yourself that.
The amount of times that everything gets hacked, and I know it's part of a lot of like cyber action movies. That's not really a thing. You can't make action out of people fucking typing and hacking, but then it's not probably
they try. They try.
Yeah.
I've disabled the firewall into their mainframe.
Yeah. We're in. Oh, don't ever write that in a script ever again.
If you're gonna do it ironically.
Yeah.
I'm in.
What? There's so many things you could say that are. It's like set up the gate. What's the gate? Like the cyber gate, the digital door that we need to get past. And it's like we're past the gate. Like within the film, it'll work, and you don't have to say we're in. Why would you want to lean into a fucking dusty trope like that?
While typing everything. No one ever uses no hackers use a mouse, Polly.
I never thought of that. They probably don't. Then Linux bastards they're too hype with their hotkeys, man. They know what they're doing. They don't need a mouse.
No one's just going over and just opening a fucking program which they designed in their teens. You just double click and I'm in. Right. No, it's tap, 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 tap.
That's a good fucking point. It's all like parentheses and asterisks and whatnot to I need to move X over and Y over this many ways, and your cursor just appears there, them weirdo typists. And yeah, I'm talking about you, Sam. He's one of them.
I created a program which can hack into practically anything, as long as it's not too complicated. Created it when I was at school. All I got to do, plug in a USB, double click on the icon, we're in. Now that's hacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, very hard to make action out of that, isn't it? Unless you slow down the double click. Boom.
Yeah. But that's why you get those stupid fucking interfaces that must drive coders and anyone who runs Linux or anyone knows anything up the wall. The viruses, then you'll get like a skull and crossbones that'll come up on the screen with like smoke coming off of it and shit. The worm has been released, and there's an actual graphic of a worm sliding down the screen like Centipede. Fucking
my God.
Yeah. One of my favorites was the bomb that Castor Troy had planted in the LA Convention Center in Face Off. He's got this bomb in a fucking ceramic case, so it can't be fucking detected. And the graphic screen, the interface is like a woman. And she's like, oh, turn it on. Turn me on. Do you want to disarm me? Blah. And she like opens her shirt when she's been disarmed. I'm like, what is the purpose in all of this other than to just show it on screen? It's like, well, to show what a degenerate Castor Troy is. I was like, I think you've already made that point clearly in the rest of the film. It's fine.
I think this the fucking director of photography who's the real degenerate here, mate.
Uh-huh. Who is the prop guy who programmed that bomb screen? My God. Okay, so let's move on to news. It's actually interesting. So, the astronauts are astromen that are trapped up there in the ISS, waiting
that's right.
Their return. Guess what they're going to do? Who they're going to send up to get them?
It's Elon, SpaceX.
Well, specifically, Guardians. Hell yeah!
Well, Space Force?
Yeah! They're sending Space Force officers!
Space Force!
Yes! They will command a mission later this month to safely bring back 2 astronauts who've been unexpectedly stuck aboard the International Space Station, or ISS, marking the first time a Guardian will launch into space on such a high-profile operation.
There's nothing about this that isn't called... The suits are amazing. They're called Space Force, and they're called Guardians!
I know!
It's so cool!
The best opening clause in any sentence that I've read in months: Colonel Nick Hague, an active duty Space Force Guardian. Fuck yes!
I saw a brilliant tweet regarding this because they said the two people trapped up there may not get home until 2025. And the tweet I saw was going like, right, we've got this long to buy 8 billion ape costumes for the best practical joke ever.
What?
Everyone on the planet puts on.
Oh, I get
an
right.
ape
I just
costume.
caught up entirely when you said everyone on the planet. Oh, right. Yes. Okay.
This is so cool as well. They're like, there's probably going to be a film made about this one day. This is the world's first space rescue.
Yeah.
I mean, Apollo 13,
yeah,
they kind of sorted their shit out alone, didn't they? But we need to send someone up to get them and bring them back safely. This is the kind of thing that fucking people who work at NASA have been masturbating over since they hit puberty. Just this opportunity. Everyone wants to work on this. I want to work on this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Colonel Nick Hague? You mean the guy that was working with, Nick Fury? Holy shit, the name just fucking fits.
Oh my God, if he's got an eye patch, I'm going to weep myself, man.
Everything about this guy, and then the Russian that's going with him is the Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Grubinov. Well, you guys need to work on your naming, your nomenclature, because you can't fuck with the United States on this one. Nick Hague in the active Space Force Guardian status. Hell yeah! One
of the Skarsgårds will play fucking cosmonaut Alexander right there. I can see the film already. And then Nick Hague, Mark, if he's missing an arm, I'll be happy. If he's got an eye patch, I'll be happy. If he smokes cigars, I will be happy. But you can tell this guy's a badass colonel of the Space Force. Oh, bring it on. 2024. What a time to be alive. I'm so happy.
Somebody said, wasn't there a movie that was wasn't there a movie called Space Force that somebody did that was spoofed over on South Park? And I was about guys that were like this international, all countries contributed to this army. And I'm like, no, that was Megaforce. If you've never seen Megaforce, to the point where South Park even finds a comedy gold just to run off of it. It's super secret group of to form a UN military that they're ultra competent in everything they do. They got the most high-tech shit. They got flying motorcycles, and if you don't get excited about a motorcycle chase in the desert where guys have fucking RPG rockets off their fucking handlebars, come on.
Now this is pod racing.
Yeah. And I mean, really, all of their vehicles are just regular vehicles, like motorcycles and tanks and shit with a lot of plastic crap glued and screwed to everything.
I'm down with that, yeah. It's the aesthetic. Yeah. There was a Space Force, the Netflix show, which was, I enjoyed it, actually. John Malkovich.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it about Space Force proper that, who was
yes, it was, yeah. It was, what's his name? Steve Carell was the head of the Space Force. John Malkovich was a scientist. They only did 2 seasons, then Netflix quite ably cancelled it because that's, this is what Netflix does. But I really liked it.
Wasn't John Malkovich in Death Rock? What was that asteroid movie called with Bruce Willis and Liv Tyler and Steve Buscemi?
Deep Impact.
No, that was the one. That was the one with Happy Feet, Black Man. Armageddon. That's right. Man, when I can't think of names, the names I come up with on the fly just to kind of remind myself, they're better than the original names. Death Rock? Which is better, Death Rock or Armageddon? Death Rock.
I mean, does it have flying motorbikes? Does the Colonel smoke a cigar?
I mean, I still can't remember his name, but Happy Feet Black Man is a better name. He played Lucius in Lucius Fox in the Batmans. In Ascot Guys films.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, yeah. I mean, I'm not busting balls. I like Morgan Freeman. I don't think he should, be hired for every single role, but yeah.
No, rein it in. The guy's got to be tired.
I mean, I can't wait till Idris Elba's about 5-10 years older, so he can start getting hired for the mature gentleman roles. You know what I mean? So they can stop hiring Morgan Freeman for everything. Not that he shouldn't be hired. He should, just not for everything.
More Heimdall, less The Wire.
Yeah. Besides, I just love me some Idris Elba, man.
Oh, he's a sterling actor, mate. There's a British cop show called Luther where he plays the titular character, Luther.
Somebody has been bugging me forever and a day to watch Luther, and I can't remember who it is. And someone's going to be, it was me, you fucker. I've been bugging you for like 4 years. I finally got around to watching some episodes of Luther. Yeah, they were right. It is fucking quality, 100%.
Oh, it's hard hitting,
I should have watched it sooner. It's really good.
It's good
stuff.
shit.
Yeah. You mean God? Yeah, right. Yeah, Morgan Freeman did in fact play God. But then again, so did Alanis Morissette. So we can't really trust Hollywood's casting on these things.
Yeah, unless it's a black man.
Deep Impact has Robert Duvall, Jon Favreau, and Morgan. Wait a minute. Really? Robert Duvall?
So God was in Deep Impact as well?
Well, no, he always was. He was not in Armageddon, or otherwise
he wasn't in
Death
Armageddon.
Rock.
Right, okay,
Yeah,
right.
no.
It's Kiva Dam going, it was me, you fucker!
You know who was in Death Rock? Fucking
John Malkovich.
See, that was my first question. Is he?
So it wasn't Meatloaf?
No.
Oh.
No, Ben Affleck.
He was.
When he still spent 5 minutes preparing for a role, and that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when he cared.
More like that's when he didn't. Yeah, Ben Affleck prior to just a few years ago, with the exception of Comic Hijinks in the Mall, whatever that movie's called. Yeah, he was fun and was a little bit part in that.
Batman.
That's the one. Yeah. So if you take a look at this tree here, Drunkle, you might know some duct tape holding it together.
I do?
Yeah. It's because it's split and is about to fall apart, and the city will not come and chop it down. It's in danger of wrecking 3 houses when it falls. It split at some point. Nobody knows when. The homeowner said, okay, well, I'm going to go out there and do a strategic chop down and have it land in the middle of the street. We're going to block off traffic at both ends of the street so no one's driving by.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
Like
for you. Good neighbor.
Take a wedge out on one side. You get what he's talking about. Really think it through what they're going to do. And they're like, if you
How much did he get fined?
Well, yeah, he told, this was the stupid mistake. He told the city he was going to do this. Police visited him and told him, if you do that, we will arrest you. And here's the mitten full of charges you're going to get for it. Have they sent somebody to chop this tree down? No, but they do have the budget to send police by to warn him not to do it, though.
Yeah, that's infuriating, isn't it?
Yeah. So he resorts to fucking duct tape to hold the tree together.
I think at that point, you let nature take its course. In fact, constantly park in front of it, and then bill the fucking city as much as you fucking want once it all goes wrong. Say that your kids were in the car at the time. Fake an injury. Sue. Fucking sue.
Yeah, that's one of those times you wish you had the money for that, or somebody said, don't fuck with somebody with free access to the legal system. Everyone I know that's involved in multiple civil actions, it's because their brother or their cousin or their uncle or their former roommate is a lawyer.
Well, but this is before the fucking fact, though, isn't it? Like, if you get in contact with a lawyer right now and be like, look, there's money to be had here, he's going to be like, yeah, okay, cool. If there's probably he's probably the guy's already getting contacted by a fucking mitten full of fucking lawyers now going, do you need representation? Well, if you park your car in front of it, I'll make sure you get a fucking payout here, son. We got a news article about it now.
Yeah, I mean, TA's not wrong. If he had done it, then he would have been arrested and charged. I don't really doubt that. Like, that's the kind of thing it's like, I'd rather, apologize later than ask for permission in advance with the likelihood of being told no. Okay, that's a fine, cute saying, but if what you're looking at afterwards is a serious, criminal charge, and no, it's not worth apologizing afterwards because they don't want to fucking hear it. But it's like, could they not use a lift to chop it down? I've seen them do it. No, I understand what you're talking about, JB. I get you, but they will not allocate the resources to do that. They're like, we'll get around to it. It's been 6 months, and it's like this is actually
Wouldn't it be a shame?
You said let nature take its course. I don't think he wants to, because when one half of the tree goes down, it's going to go down right into the center of his fucking roof.
And then you fucking sue the city. I mean, we've got an actual paper trail of what's going on right now, and you can prove negligence on their part that they did know about it and did nothing about it. That's when you make a fucking profit off of it. Or wouldn't it be a shame if that well-known urban myth, the Phantom Tree Cutter, came along with his mask in the middle of the night,
black hoodie, fucking handkerchief over your mouth like you're a train robber from the late 1800s, and just roll in, and you just need a little back saw. Don't show up with a chainsaw. Show up with a back saw. Just whoosh, 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 and take out your little divot, your little wedge. And then you let nature take its course. Hell yeah.
Blame it on the same people who chopped down the tree at the Sycamore Gap.
Mm-hmm.
The very famous tree here in Britain. You go, well, it must have been those guys.
It's too bad he laid out so much detail what he was going to do, because I indeed would want to employ a little trigonometry to see how tall that tree actually was by checking shadows at times a day and shit to see when it falls, is it going to reach the cars parked on the other side of the street? You want to check that shit in advance. You know, and then buy some fucking pylons from like a hardware store or something like that and block them off so someone, because you know when gravity decides to take a hold of that tree and yank it down to the earth, that's just when the fucking tourist couple's going to be driving through.
Needs more duct tape.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like it's under a high degree of stress, you know? What's the tape? Flex tape. There you go. You could have turned this into a, wait a minute, there was money in this for you, brother. You could have just like approached Flex Tape and say, hey man, how about like, it'll even hold this tree together and this boat.
Right.
And my hopes and dreams. The most unlikely thing of all.
This lawsuit against the city.
Cut it down in segments. Yeah, I mean, if that's going to stop it from, this pisses me off. This shit, like, no, we're not going to do anything about it. That doesn't bother me. It's the, and neither are you. That's the only thing that made me want to bring this story up. No, we're not going to do anything about it, but we will spend your tax money to stop you from doing anything about it. Oh, fuck, man. That's neutering. Fuck you.
That's kind of where like you really hope that someone does get injured. Like not you know, for the purposes of injuring, but for the like I told you so aspect of it.
You know what? This idea would have come up, I think, eventually, but Daryl Odell's the first one to think of it. A fucking ratchet strap. That is what's called for there. Good call. Ratchet that, you know, ratchet strap, Drunkle?
I do, but the thing is, you're going to get the fucking city coming in and saying you're not allowed to use that here. Take it down. I'm surprised the city
that's
hasn't
when
come in
I
and
would be
said,
the
"Look,
Phantom Ratcheter. The Phantom Ratchet. Isn't that a rapper? Female MC?
I think it is now.
Yeah. And, prove it's mine. I would run through there at night, cut a little side hole so it can't slip down, you know, on either side, and just ratchet, and then go in. Hey, did you put that up there? No. Are you going to bring the jaws of life to cut that fucker off? Then shut up.
And while you're there, chop down the fucking tree.
Wow. Bubble. Gamer Villain, thank you for the 3 1/4. They are taking tree law to an extreme. I mean, I don't give a I don't fuck with tree law, but also don't fuck with personal injury lawyers. Yeah, don't. They know each other. The tree law people and the personal injury, yeah, they're in the same. They're not criminal defense attorneys, man. They're on the outskirts of like people that are involved in space law.
Yeah, tree law is a very big branch of the legal system.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
See that? Leave it alone.
Yeah, no, he just twigged.
Pied up out here doing some ratchet ass shit. You damn right. Snatching wigs and yanking skirts. Now, moving along. What happens when you go over to your girlfriend's house and her parents ask you to leave? Why, you go to your car, grab your fucking gasoline can, and light their house on fire.
Standard.
Of course. That's actually what happened here. Look at that inferno.
A bit much, isn't it?
That's legitimately, look how the story's quite short. That's it.
Safe to say he's not getting invited again.
Well, yeah. And he said he did it. That's what, really? Dude, arson is not a fucking joke charge, man. That's, they're going to show this picture not just in the news story, but when you go to court, brother, like they asked me to leave. How dare they?
Album cover. That looks amazing. I love a good fire. But like, bitches love scars. Bitches don't love arson.
No, I mean...
I don't care what Andrew Tate told you, mate. That is not how you get into her pants.
And the whole story is not funny in and of itself. It's funny in its small little details. Like, it just says somewhere like, he was asked to leave after he had an argument with his girlfriend. And that's when he went to his car to get the gas tank, and boom. All right, you want me to leave? No, you're leaving your house. Period. Forever. You know? And who was this gentleman? Leonard Jones the Fourth at 50 years old.
The fourth?
Wait.
The what?
Yeah, you see the details. You see what I'm saying? That's the funny here. Okay.
No, hang on. How old's the girlfriend?
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
Do you think maybe they were asking Leonard Jones the Fourth at 50 years old to leave because maybe their teenage daughter shouldn't be talking to this guy?
I need to know more.
I thought maybe, hey, people, I'm in between jobs, or I'm starting a new job that happens to be in my parents' hometown, so I'm going to stay with them for 3 months. Lots of reasons a mature woman might be staying with her parents, right? I thought maybe that's it, you know? But
Yeah.
it still kills me that I 100%, because I jumped over that part and just kept reading further down. And it's only when I went back, I'm like, wait a minute, this guy was 50? I thought this was an act of an angry 18-year-old. No, this was a considered act of a half centurion here.
Jesus.
Leonard Jones the Fourth. My father was an arsonist. My grandfather was an arsonist. Indeed, the first Lenny Jones burned down the fucking saloon that kicked him out.
Dude, you know, I'm reading every article I can see about this, and none of them are mentioning the age of his girlfriend. So I can only guess it ain't looking good for Leonard.
You'd think they'd get right into the detail here at True Jersey, at newjersey.com, because it's a man arrested Tuesday morning after he allegedly set fire to his girlfriend's parents' house in South Brunswick. That's it. And it was slightly after 3 a.m. I'd like to think he didn't come back to burn him out in the middle of the night, that the argument, in fact, happened, you know, early morning, late night. And that's when they said, get out of here, we're trying to sleep. And then he's like, oh, yeah? Well, fuck you. We're going to start a weenie roast.
Hell of a weenie roast.
Thank you, Feline, for this one. Not this fucking guy. Self-driving car filmed on the wrong way down a Tempe road. The company said it's aware of the incident and continuously refines its system's performance. Does it?
Not well enough.
No, not at all. I love the way that it's like, oh, so it's driving the wrong way. And listen to the news report. This is great.
We begin tonight with a close call on the streets of Tempe. It happened on Friday when a driverless Waymo vehicle drove into oncoming traffic. Good evening and thanks so much.
We're all going to die.
It's just there. It's just, yeah. I think we should leave. There's the whole, you know, you can't uninvent things and everything, but can we just look at self-driving cars and go, do you know what? It ain't going to work. And just focus on something else instead.
There's got to be so much more that tech can be applied to other than self-driving cars. Why did it immediately need to go to self-driving cars? Self-driving, you know, drones and lawn mowers, all kinds of fucking vehicles and beyond vehicles that this tech can be applied to. Do you really need cars driving down the fucking street?
No, because look what happened. No, we don't need this.
I mean, I know, I can see what's going to happen because, you know, I'm not in my own timeline. You know, Fruit Loops apparently was always spelled F-R-O-O-T here. So I know this isn't my home universe. I can see the weird happening. Listen, a certain segment demographic of the population was unable to connect because it couldn't detect them. Someone's going to get run over. And the wrong someone for the news media. You know what I'm talking about here?
I'd say it has happened already, but there's been payouts. Or payoffs, I should say.
Yeah. You know, there's some more...
Can we just look at it and go, do you know, it's not working, guys. Yeah. Self-driving, it's not working.
Why don't you think of the sullen complexioned individuals of our society before you put these cars down on the road that can't see them? Just saying.
I mean, even like in the 50s, you go, oh, you know, in the future, we're gonna have self-driving cars. Oh, that seems like a bad idea to me. Like even back then, they knew it wasn't gonna fucking work. Let it go. It's not working. The cars are bad enough when there's fucking people behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
And we started with vacuums. Yeah, make the Roombas better. That's where the money's at. The hell out of me a little bit. Game Valine, thank you for the 450. Arizona State is on the right of that video. The biggest college in the U.S. is right there with many students on foot. That's exactly where you want a self-driving car that can't seem to tell when it's driving down the wrong way of a one-way around a bunch of university students that are either drunk or couldn't give a fuck.
I mean, you've summed up university students quite well there.
Yeah, and I speak from experience. Moving along. So, they really are going to arrest every last person involved with these fucking riots, aren't they? If you want to call them riots, protests, look, I'm not looking to get into it like that.
They were riots. They were riots.
Yeah, protests that turned ugly into riots in some cases, some that stayed protests, and some that were riots by planning. Okay, they were all of those. What I don't agree with is the BBC's narrative that they were all riots from the beginning and racist far-right initiated events from their inception and on. And it's like, no, that wasn't all of them. And if I have to put up with fiery but mostly peaceful, the least you can do is not pretend that every fucking protest that happened here were, first of all, far right, and second of all, destructive and murderous.
Well, the protests themselves were planned by those that you would deem, the media would deem, and generally even fucking people us sat here would deem far right as well. These are the extreme end of the right wing. So, I mean, far right by name and in nature here as well. Did they turn from protests into riots, or was it already planned to do so? There was a lot of people trying to burn down hotels that had people in them. So
there were people deliberately trying to set fires. That much seems clear. How that extends into going full January 6th or full trucker protests from Canada on it, I don't really think is a great way to keep the country on your side. Is my guess. I mean, now
the trucker protests were harmless. This was not harmless. This is very harmful. People.
But I'm not referencing the harm of I'm not referencing the original incident. It's trying to find anybody with any connection to it whatsoever. We're going to get every last one of you. Okay, well, yeah, but who counts as you? Well, when they're up to 796 charges across 595 defendants, some of whom were never even present or involved in the planning, like the 15-year-old boy who was believed to be the first youth to receive a custodial sentence for taking part in the violent protest. He was given a 4-month detention and training order. Training order is really ominous sounding.
Scary fucking terms, isn't it? Yeah, they're going after people who were even commenting on these things on social media as well. That's still
including an 11-year-old boy for commenting.
That's too far as well. But there's also the counter protests who got just as fucking bad in throwing fucking half bricks and everything at those they deem that they disagree with. The police don't seem to be going after them, which is exactly what these people were protesting, the two-tiered justice system. So if anything, it kind of just proved what they were fucking angry about. What really annoys me is that you cannot say, I'm left-wing, as you know. However, I can say, look, there are too many people coming into this country at the moment. But that apparently is a right-wing talking point, and I can no longer consider myself left-wing in order to... And not just that, but I will be labelled far-right Nazi bigot just for having some concern in that general area as well.
Therein lies the difficulty. Sam and I joke about that a lot. The people who are arguing your side, and this means like verbally arguing your side, but they're being such a jackass about it or being so stupid about it that you're like, can you stop helping? Because they're trying to help and they're actually just making it worse for the argument you're looking to advance. Well, these people have made it so bad that, it's like MAGA Trump supporters that will say some of the shit that leans right into the media's narrative, and they will use them as the token person to represent everybody. And it's like, I just want to vote for Donald Trump. Now you're identical to the far-right MAGA idiot that they managed to catch on film saying some dumb shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of the internet, though, isn't it? In that everything's black and white. There's no such thing as a grey area. Everything's cut and dry. If you're right-wing, then you're a Nazi bigot. If you're left-wing, then you're the future of the country.
And if you're concerned about immigration, now the issue is very clear, and you may be subject to arrest like Barbara Barker, 52 of Manchester, pleaded not guilty to a charge of violent disorder for buying eggs, which were then used by protesters to throw during the riot.
Oh, so not even by her. Like, she could have been mugged for her eggs.
No, she offered material support to terrorism by buying eggs.
Well, here's the thing: if people were also getting upset by milkshakes being thrown on people, which I thought was a legitimate gripe, then that should also be applied to eggs. There's no but it's harmless.
No, there isn't.
Just want some consistency.
If I bought you a milkshake and you went and threw it on somebody, oh man, fuck that! Like, are you kidding me? Like in terms of me catching a charge, that's nuts.
It depends, though, doesn't it? If you gave me a milkshake and went, hey, go throw that on that guy.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be about the milkshake. It would be about the incitement and the inducement.
Yeah, which is probably what is going on here for buying eggs, which were then used by... It doesn't say whether she gave them to protesters, or, put a sign down saying free eggs, or if they just took them off of her while she was coming home from Morrison's. I just wanted to make an omelette.
I don't know. If you came by my house and you said, hey, man, I'm going to take these eggs, or, hey, Polly, can you go and buy me a dozen eggs? What am I going to do with them? Probably throw them during the protest. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You got a $5? Like, well, excuse me, you got $20? Like, I'm going to go buy a dozen eggs.
Inflation.
Yeah. And I go down to the Tesco's or wherever and buy you a fucking dozen eggs. I still don't think that the person who bought the eggs should be able to be charged. I mean, they weren't. Did you buy those eggs? Yeah, I mean, I had my egg license with me. What's the problem?
Plus, I only get free range as well. I don't get my eggs from Tesco. But that's not the only problem here. But once again, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Everything here is black and white. There's no grey area, remember. You're either right wing and therefore evil, or left wing and all righteous and good. There's no, you bought eggs and someone else used them. It's no, you bought weapons. There's no black. It's all black and white here.
All right. Well, okay. I want to see your opinion.
The internet might have been a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, your opinion, chat's opinion. I'm not going to belabor this one because I could turn into the rest of the show is just me poly ranting. But how far does extended responsibility? How far can that be extended? And boom. Maryland D.C. attorneys general sue gun shops for facilitating illegal gun trafficking.
See that's related. Yeah, I see where you're going.
You see where I'm going?
I see where you're going.
Do you see how terrible this guy's fucking shirt collar is?
I mean, fuck, it's Baltimore, mate. People probably come from miles around to just come and see that fucking shirt and tie.
Well, and his deliberate 3-day beard growth. I mean, this is...
yeah, designer stubble, yeah.
I mean, you don't even know how to do a fucking proper pocket square, man. Look at this shit.
He looks like he should be outside a fucking Walmart selling weed.
He didn't even do a fucking single Windsor right. What a homo. And somebody hit the gamer word. This guy fucking beats it.
His mum tried really hard on that knot, okay?
Okay, I went really petty when we're talking about something serious here. Hold on.
I don't think it's petty. Look, if you're there, like, a news anchor is supposed to be fucking smart, formal, right? Because you could be fucking delivering some really bad news. 22 people died in a fucking coach crash today. Shave your fucking face, sir. There's a reason the news anchors don't wear fucking hoodie and shorts.
No, this is far too, unfortunately, what gets called fashion forward. I mean, you're styling way too much. Like, you need to be in some fucking trendy, overpriced place that's serving tapas. Like, you know what I mean? This is...
Yeah, Christ. Grow some gray hairs.
But how did this come about? Well, because these people suck. Dateline Baltimore, unfortunately, the Maryland Attorney General's office joined a lawsuit against 3 Maryland gun shops that sold dozens of firearms to a man who trafficked them in and around Washington, D.C. Wait. Within your first fucking sentence, I've already got questions about, okay, and knew that's what was going to happen? Not by provable knowledge engaged in like a conspiracy to traffic firearms? Or he sold firearms to somebody who went and did illegal shit with them? I mean, that's not... That was my first question. Well, yeah, it's there's a reason that they're not criminally charging this man. Several of the guns were recovered at crime scenes or with suspects wanted on warrants for violent crimes, Washington, D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab said in a press conference on Tuesday. Wow, it's almost like gun criminals are going to gun criminal. It's almost like they don't give a fuck about the laws you keep creating.
Why go after the... I mean, if... Right, so summarize this for me. What were they're going after the gun shops who legally sold firearms to a man who then sold them on illegally.
That's correct. So you nailed it. Yes.
So why go after the man who sold them illegally? Why not go after the man's parents for giving birth to someone who became a fucking gun trafficker?
Thank you. How far do you want, and which is where I started, how far do you want to extend the causal chain of responsibility here? This is a ridiculous reach, but in my opinion. So how did they get to this reach? This lengthy lawsuit by the Maryland and D.C. Attorneys General. Keep in mind, these are people who are supposed to be criminally charging people. Have you noticed that? The move of attorneys general to keep pushing for civil suits? You fuckers need to get out of civil court and stay in criminal court. That's kind of what you were elected for. What the fuck? But in any case,
I know somewhere in America, Sinatra is going fucking mad behind the wheel of a truck right now, and he doesn't know why. He's just angry.
he can feel a disturbance in the force. Yeah.
Right.
So the attorneys general of Maryland and D.C., as well as Everytown Law, accuses Engage Armaments, United Gun Shop, and Atlantic Guns of ignoring clear signs of illegal gun sales. The lawsuit claims the purchases happened in Montgomery County, but led to gun violence across the area. If you knew that and could prove that, why didn't you criminally charge them? You are literally the two people to be doing that. Because they can't, and they know they can't. They know that what he did was perfectly within the bounds of the law. So we're going to go after him civilly and try and say, oh, well, you committed a tort, a civil harm, a tort against by not engaging in the full degree of knowledgeable activity that you should have. Quote, the goal is to disrupt and discontinue this for these defendants and to send a signal to all gun store owners in the DMV, which is, DC, Maryland, Virginia, that if this is what you do, this is what we do. The Attorney General, Anthony Brown, said. So in other words, it's like, get the fuck out of here if you own a gun store. That's the point here, is that we don't even want gun shops in our area. We're going to make it impossible. Because, these guys got to group together now to be able to even fight off this lawsuit. By the way, here's how the lawsuit's happening. Everytown Law.
Gamer word. Oh.
Faggot.
Yeah. Attorneys General. You gamer words. Gamer Valine, thank you for the $6. This has a criminal head shape, and I hate how the whiny newsboy sounds. No pay could convince me to move back to Maryland, and I lived in some good parts. You saw that big-ass RV garage in my old neighborhood? Yeah, I did. I knew that this story was going to hit hard with Valine, being that she's like right from this given fucking Baltimore area that's overrun with gun crime. These are the fucking attorneys general in D.C. and Maryland that we don't want to pursue crime. Not really. These are the defund the police, DEI hire, full on. If it's just drug charges, even though it's directly related to gang activity or other criminal activity, we won't charge them bail, just simply catch and release. And yet you're going to go after 3 gun store owners that didn't break the law. Because you would be literally the people to charge them with criminal offenses had they done so. So who's Everytown Law? Well, that's Everytown for Gun Safety should have spread. This is Michael Bloomberg, billionaire Michael Bloomberg's group. Everytown for Gun Safety. They have the Everytown Law Fund. This is their website. Everytown Law Fund is pleased to announce the launch of Everytown Law Fund, or simply the fund. The fund provides support for impact litigation to advance the right of every person to be free from gun violence and to speak, work, learn, pray, assemble, protest, and vote without fear or intimidation. In other words, if you can't get them because they haven't committed a crime, go after anyone who is anywhere near it in association and sue the shit out of them. Because they can't sue the gun manufacturers, because that's already congressionally prohibited. That would be like suing Ford because some jihadi decided to run some people down in a Ford truck. So they didn't intend for you to go blow people away like that. And the gun dealers were selling to somebody who was perfectly legally able to do so. So what about that guy? Huh? What about the guy who actually bought the guns? Isn't he the person who should be legally responsible, Drunkle? Like if you went in and bought guns and you were going to give them to your buddy to go traffic all over a place that shouldn't have guns at all, namely the District of Columbia, don't you think you'd be in a lot of legal hot water?
I think really what it comes down to is you just get them to tick a box that's, I will not traffic these guns illegally. And then you're covered.
Well, he did.
Really?
Yeah, there is a checkbox. Is this purchase for you? Are you purchasing this on behalf of somebody else that you have reasonable expectation should not be owning a gun? Meaning you don't have to have particular knowledge. It's a suspicion they might be a felon or dishonorably discharged from the military or et cetera, any of the number of reasons that would prohibit you federally from owning a gun. Demetrius Minor is the gentleman's name. Was actually buying the guns for another gentleman named Donald Willis, who was living in Washington.
Whatever. Taxation is theft.
Oh, God damn it, motherfucker.
Gamer Lean, thanks for the $6. And the fucker 30%, and taxation is theft.
I got Gamer Word.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, Chat and I got.
Your Streamlabs is wild.
Do you think it's time I just strip mine my fucking Streamlabs and just re-upload everything?
I worry that if you did that, it still wouldn't help. You know?
It didn't help with the $5. I started that $5 donation from Anu, and it doesn't want to let me replay it. Once is all I get, apparently. Gamerly, thank you for the $6, be it a gamer word or fuck you 30%. They kicked Beretta out of Maryland with the magazine size limit in 2013. Ironically, that Beretta plant was the one making the M9 for the military. Sharp people, those local politicians. Sharp. They'll be able to build it somewhere else. Fuck it. The lawsuit says there is no plausible lawful explanation for why Minor purchased many firearms in such a short period. The attorneys general spoke outside of the federal court building in D.C. on Tuesday, saying that if these gun shops prioritize profits over the law, blah, blah, blah. Quote, it doesn't take a lot of common sense to figure out that someone is trying to repeatedly buy the same semi-automatic handgun over a short period of time. They're a straw purchaser, meaning purchasing it for someone else. You know what? Does take a lot of common sense. The common sense to think about this for a second is like, wait a minute, did he really buy the same fucking make and model of gun over and over again? No, he didn't. You're a fucking liar. He bought different handguns at different times and showed up to 3 different shops and didn't speak to the same person at the same counter over and over again. So when he filled out the form and they submitted it to the Instant National Background Check System, yeah, it came back that this guy was perfectly able to buy a gun. In other words, your vaunted close the gun show loophole. We want everyone having background checks. Well, this guy passed your wonderful background check system, but he's a criminal fuck, okay? And willing to be a straw purchaser to the point of buying 34 semi-automatic pistols of different makes and models. When this attorney general says the same semi-automatic handgun, that's what he means by same, that they were semi-automatic handguns. So anybody in chat, yeah, according to this attorney general, any semi-automatic handgun's the same gun. Yeah, I can't buy 2 wildly different guns that is not going to raise the eyebrow of, you know, the guy on the other side of a gun counter. It's like, come on, man. People, I've got a bunch of different fucking semi-automatic handguns. Did I buy the same gun over and over again? He's making it. This is the desperation of this fucking lawsuit. So what did the guy actually get who did this? 18 months. Demarius got 18 months for trafficking 34 fucking firearms for straw purchasers to a convicted felon who went and sold them, and then those guns ended up at crime scenes and in the hands of other convicted felons who can't legally own a gun. The son of a bitch who's actually the fucking criminal here got 1.5 years in prison. That's the best you ineffective pricks could fucking do. So I'll tell you what, we'll go after the 3 stores legally with the support of Michael Bloomberg's billionaire law fund to go after people with, you know, lawfare litigation in civil court, because we're that ineffective at our criminal prosecutions. 18 months, 1.5 years. You got to be fucking kidding me. I would have thought the guy got 5 years at a minimum. I'd say way more than that. What are you talking about? This is the guy facilitating the gun crime that you're talking about. This is the guy at the center, the epicenter of all of this bullshit. And you go after the fucking gun store that followed the fucking laws you set out? It's going to cost the gun store owners who didn't commit a crime more than it cost this guy with his 18 months. He's getting 3 hots and a cot for fucking 1.5 years. Crazy. Crazy. So anyway, there's my pissed off rant. Uncle thoughts before we move on? No? Oh? Then what? Well, how does Mongolia relate? I see. Well, I wouldn't have thought so, but, you know, you've made the case. Mongolia is involved.
It's because you know fuck all about Mongolia. I keep telling you, stop trying to comment on Mongolia when you've never even been there.
I've studied it in-depthly.
Did you mute me? What the fuck?
No, I didn't. I'm just sitting here waiting for you to respond, and I figure I might as well make a bit out of it. I don't know.
Right. I mean, I'm there. I've not said anything for a good 12 to 14 minutes. I went, I could probably go for a wee now, and he wouldn't notice. But as soon as my fucking dick comes out of my jeans, you go, so drunk, what do you think? Like,
did you piss all over yourself trying to wrap that shit up?
No, I did not rush at all, man.
My God. All right, let's get through some fucking stories. Hey, guess what? Moscow's sending a whole bunch of scientists dealing with their hypersonic missile tech off to a Siberian. Just sending these guys off to a Siberian prison camp for being convicted of treason. You know, half of them were working at a fucking missile plant that was already in Siberia.
Oh, right. So just moving down the road then.
Yeah, it's convenient. That was funny to me. So who's the country of question? Who are they selling these rocket secrets to?
Ukraine?
China.
China.
Yeah.
China, Ukraine, whatever.
Yeah. You know,
it's all foreign.
They're communist friends. CTP, thanks for the $2. What the Baltimore AG is doing is why I hate the government. They are aggressively useless unless you follow the rules. Decentralization is the best administration. Yeah, especially when, I mean, originally Michael Bloomberg's group, it's Every Town America is a consolidation of like every city America, and then Moms Against Gun Violence, and so on, like 3 different groups that he was personally bankrolling. And it became Every Town for Gun Safety, and then Mayors Against Gun Crime became his thing. And that's why it came to mind with the decentralization thing. Whole bunch of different cities, whole bunch of different mayors that are completely ineffective in their positions, and all Democrats, of course, hardcore blue cities that'll never be anything but. And, well, I don't want to deal with the gun crime that can largely be nailed down to certain demographics and certain geographic areas in our constituency, but I can't be seen to be going after them because it's not politically viable. What are we going to do? Send down stop and frisk? It's effective, but wildly unpopular, and frankly is straight up profiling. So what the fuck are they going to do? I know! We'll just sue anybody tangentially related to it. Because Michael Bloomberg is fucking bankrolling us. Man, fuck Bloomberg. Holy shit. Guy's like a fucking Second Amendment Bond villain. Pisses me off. Now, speaking of guns hitting the street illegally, here's a fun way that it can happen. Florida deputy's gun sold for $40 after he left it in a gas station bathroom.
Oh, no. Oh, you fool.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah, leave the fucking house. Keys, wallet, phone. Yeah, got all 3.
Yeah.
You leave the bathroom. Gun.
Yeah.
Badge. Shoes.
But I wanted to read the detail of it, right? So his 6-hour P320 is a particular gun that went missing. The deputy stopped at a convenience store to use the restroom and entered the accessible stall. Now, here's where the detail I get lost. He took off his gun belt and put it over the railing while he was on his...
He was having a shit.
Yeah, while he was on his cell phone, documents show. When he finished...
Oh, definitely having a shit.
Yeah, he put his gun belt back on, left the store to respond to a call, and eventually noticed his gun was missing.
Belt's a little light.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's nothing.
Damari Dennis and Chance Byron found the gun in the restroom, according to the...
His name's Chance.
Chance.
And he found a cop gun in a restroom.
He took it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
At some point, the gun was, here we go, sticking out of the toilet paper roll, according to documents. What?
So, he used his gun as a toilet paper holder?
No, I think the other way around. Trying to think of somewhere to put his gun, he shoved it in the toilet paper roll tube hole in the center of the toilet paper roll. That's my best guess. You didn't want to lay it down because you're in a shitter. Again, guesswork here. So he...
Don't want to get your gun dirty.
Yeah, so he put it... But he said that he did, if you remember, he took his gun belt and threw it over the railing while he was on his cell phone, while he had his pants down taking a shit. Nothing about taking it out of its holster and putting it in a toilet paper roll, but that's what the document showed. Dennis, a convicted felon, said he, quote, didn't want to touch it because he was on probation. But that didn't stop him from leaving the store, quote, with a noticeable bulge showing on the right side of his waist. Detectives say the 2 men sold the gun for $40 via Cash App. Cash App.
What's the going rate for a gun of that ilk?
400, around that.
So it's a bargain, is what we're getting here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Say what you will, but $40 is a heck of a deal for a 320. Love it.
Both men face multiple charges, including grand theft of a firearm. I don't think it's grand theft if the cop left it in a shitter. Well, he's just supposed to leave it there.
Yeah.
Notify the manager.
The gun was recovered, but the deputy will likely face a review by the department's professional standards division. Likely.
I hope so.
Likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got fleeced. Yeah, and they're also clearly retarded as hell. This guy's like, I didn't want to touch it because he was on probation. Really? Dennis and Demetrius?
That's his story in his
or
sticker.
Damari,
That could have been me. I'm like, do I look like an idiot? I'm on probation. I wouldn't have sold the gun.
Now let's
What was
sell
that
it by
bulge? I
40.
was stealing Doritos.
Let's tweet back and forth and DM back and forth with all of our fucking friends, creating a digital footprint. They would, yo, man, I got this piece. You want to buy it? Okay. And it's okay. Well, send me the money. And then there's a Cash App digital footprint of you receiving the money through Cash App. Son of a bitch, man. Did you ever think of doing a face-to-face deal?
Yeah. Always do your illicit dealings face to face, people.
Okay, Valine says, only 400? Fucking where? Okay, the lowest I've ever seen with rebate. And it actually, that one didn't even include the frame. Which sounds funny. Like, isn't that missing a huge part of it? Well, that's the cool thing about a 320 Drunkle. It's like a truly modular gun. The frames are $40. As much as they sold the whole gun for, hilariously.
I'm looking at it now. It's nice.
Yeah. Highly modular, very interesting fucking gun. I am, but I'm also a SIG fan, so I'm biased. Don't.
I've heard this. Yeah, I've heard that.
Don't take what I'm saying into effect or into account.
I won't.
Okay. You want to see a woman fall through a sinkhole?
Oh yeah, I love a sinkhole.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know. Sinkholes are great. Terrifying moment when a tourist falls 26 feet into a sinkhole in Malaysia.
That's Malaysia. See, nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Thank you, Valine, for sending this. She knows what makes me laugh. So here we go. Boom.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the video?
Yes.
Oh, right. So, okay. I guess then it's going to be the woman at the back on the right with the bag.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Whee! Yeah. I love playing Guess the Sinkhole. Guess the victim.
I thought the 365 was the modular one. No, the 365 is the, is the small one with the magic magazine that holds more rounds than it's larger on the inside than on the outside. Not really, but it seems like it is. That's the 365. The 320 is the new military one with the modular frame. Anyway, well, here she goes. She's walking along.
Got her shopping.
And
ready for Malaysian Christmas. Oh, shit, someone else almost goes in as well. Fuck.
Yeah, it's pulling the whole table in. Holy shit.
Why is it perfectly square?
I know. The ground just opened up and took that lady in.
Is that a sinkhole, though, or did she just walk over like an abandoned well? Because it's the hole is square, man.
I think...
You can't tell me nature does that.
What? Well, no. What I think happens is because she's walking over like the stone cobble work, right? And that's why the square, in my guess, work. You see what I mean?
But even then, you'd have like a little, because it's cobble work. They kind of intersect, much like the bricks of a wall. There's a pattern to it, but this is perfectly square. There's no like rampart pattern.
Yeah. I hear you there. I mean, but they all do line up. Like if you follow the lines of the brick, like they're not interlocked. I don't know how you would say that.
Interlocked is the way. Yeah. But they. Oh no, hang on. They're not over there, are they?
So it's like
okay.
So
right.
I think the sinkhole developed. The ground fell out from underneath it. The brick was just kind of there from age and time, and then she stepped on top of it, and like she forgot that Jehovah starts with an I, went straight through. You like that?
I did. What is it, me, or are there more sinkholes? Are they becoming more prevalent, or do we just hear about them more?
Well, I am a fan of sinkholes. I mean, I'm sure you weren't aware of the many dismemberments that go on in the world until you start doing this show with me.
True, yeah. But then also, since you started doing the show, a lot more dismemberments started popping up in the news, didn't they? Perfectly square.
Yeah, it is.
26 feet. Oh, you're going to hurt yourself with that.
Uh-huh. That's a few yards. That's, I don't know. I didn't bother.
26 feet. That's like
holy shit. Yeah,
now
it's just full rectangular. Look at that. Yeah, see the ground just kind of let out. You can see the dirt and the clay and the gravel, and it's just straight down after that.
Look at the work
on
those.
There we go.
Cables.
That informs us as to what happened.
Shape. There you go.
That is
right.
Yeah, it let out according to the shape of the not tiles but stonework. Definitely.
Man, that is just empty underneath that as well. Like you could just. If the council got to come in and replace some fucking cables, they're like, this is going to be easy. No excavation needed. Jesus. Was she okay then? Does it say? Was she... Obviously she was hurt, but was it serious?
Group believed to be
She's Malaysian. Who gives a shit?
Oh, I thought she vanished afterwards, and it's like, no, it vanished into the hole is what they're saying.
Oh, right, she just disappeared. They never found her. Go back up. Can we admire the Malaysian firefighter's uniform here, please?
Really quick. No injuries were reported in the second ordeal.
Oh, okay.
What second ordeal? The woman had come to Malaysia with her husband. God, she wasn't even from there. About 2 months ago for a vacation, and they had been due to return home Sunday. Meanwhile, as the frantic search entered its 6th day, another set. Wait a minute, she disappeared into like the nether regions of the earth.
She did vanish.
Holy shit! The Molochs.
Do you remember when people used to say, "I was so embarrassed. I wish the earth would just swallow me up." People don't mean that anymore, do they? Because it actually can happen. We're still looking for this woman.
Yeah, there's Valina. It's like, hurt. They still haven't found her. Yeah. The frantic search entered its 6th day. Another sinkhole opened up on Wednesday, just 160 feet from the one that swallowed up the tourist. Holy shit. So that is like,
she's gone, man.
Possible infernal forces grabbing this lady and saying,
she's gone.
Come here.
She belongs to Malaysia now.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, look at that as well. Oh,
the little extra pieces falls out there.
Yeah.
Woo.
Scroll down. Scroll down for me a second.
Okay.
And again. Yeah, this one.
Can
we admire the outfits that they're wearing right here?
Yeah, what?
That is so the fire doesn't see them, guys.
Right. I was just like, what are you camouflaging against here? This is, I think the word we're looking for here is snazzy. Those uniforms are very snazzy.
They are snazzy.
But seriously, what are you camouflaging against? It looks like this. A Jackson Pollock painting?
I think in Malaysia, if you get injured as a firefighter, then it's seen as a sign of weakness. And so they wear the camouflage so no one tries to save you. For every firefighter that dies, the fire service gets stronger.
Wait a minute. This was in downtown Kuala Lumpur? I didn't read that. Oh, yeah, there it is at the center of Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is like Ciudad del Este. It's one of the open cities in the world, and they fascinate me because it's like people disappear there all the time, but usually it's because of snatch and grab operations, either because international intelligence services or, criminals. Rarely is it, infernal forces snatching you down to the, nether regions of the earth.
The city just got a little more open.
Mm-hmm. That's fucking nuts.
Fucking
at 26 feet, isn't she likely dead? I hear you. But you think you would
6 days? Yeah.
You think you would find her remains? I'm not even trying to seriously. It's actually really sad. She obviously didn't.
It is. Yeah.
She's just walking, and then whoa!
That's what's worrying though, isn't it? Like everything's fine. You just picked up some fucking Malaysian Christmas presents for the kids, and then bang! You're part of the planet now.
Yeah. 26 feet.
Shit.
Yeah, that is long. Just think about how many yards that is. I can wrap my head around that distance a little bit more, comparatively. Terrible.
Well, it's not. It's not like it's uniform hole all the way down as well. You're likely to hit your head on something on the way down. Keep on fucking going.
Yeah.
You're knocked out. You can't call for help. Yeah, poor woman. God, she's ruined this sinkhole for me, man.
I love a good sinkhole, but not so much when people fall into them. Cars are the funniest when the car's just sitting there unattended.
I love them. Especially
when it's like a BMW or a Mercedes, and it just, look at that. Look at that moment. The ground has opened up, but she hasn't gone down yet. It's like a Wile E. Coyote freeze. I should really stop cracking jokes. This isn't funny. She's probably passed away.
100%.
Yeah.
Or this was a massive ploy to leave her husband.
Oh, you know what? I did these stories out of order, so I was going to move on to our final article here. I didn't realize how much time had gotten away from us. Somebody asked earlier in chat, so how does the 226 SIG compare? Valine did offer a good explanation to it. I mean, the 200 series SIGs, 226, my personal favorite is the 229 or the 227 or the 220. But they're all, it doesn't compare. The 200 series SIGs are like perfection, single double action firearms, in my humble opinion. You don't need to agree with me. That gun's just a workhorse. Just saying. I wanted to show this first. Here we go. Drunkle. Get a kick out of this. Council's £51 million, 850 space car park is totally empty because they can't afford to pave the entrance.
Oh, no.
Look at it.
Oh, I've done this in games. You make a big structure and then you forget you got to connect it to the fucking road.
I am blown away that you're planning. Like, I really do blame the planners. It's like, okay, we got to pave all this shit out. And you didn't work out the square footage of how it's like, well, we're waiting for more money to come in the following years. That's a very nice way of saying is you kicked part of the expense down the road, expecting the money to come. And when it didn't, wow, did your mistake ever really, like, I mean, a little patch of it over here could not be paved and you would have paved the road. Like, how much money do you have for how much square footage of paving? You know, that kind of, and that's what they fucked up on. It goes to the detail in this mirror story, but that picture.
It's a really nice car park.
Hell yes, it is. Look at that. That's a facility. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's, whew.
Looks like there's a hippodrome there at some point as well.
It looks like they've got, bathrooms and places to plug your car in or charge your electric car. And it's just sitting there, and it looks like it will be all the way active. They guarantee by mid 2027.
Oh my God.
Wow.
But I want to park there now.
Well, you're right. And as the story points out, probably the saddest moment is that, unfortunately, they're not going to just need money to pave this last little strip here, because that's all the problem. Okay. They're going to need a larger budget to start doing maintenance, because it's been 3 years, and that will be the beginning of the maintenance cycle for the new paving. Ouch. Yeah. You haven't even parked it or used it at all yet. You're already having to do maintenance on it.
It's been 3. I'm surprised fucking gypsies haven't moved in on there yet.
Yeah. It's just what? I don't know. This is like, you don't see this happen a lot in the Western world. This is like a China thing. Cities that are half built and unused. You know what I mean? This is usually doesn't happen. And whoever was the head of this planning department or didn't, I would be running an investigation and it'd be worth it. Somebody shouldn't be planning anything.
Someone should get sacked over this.
Yeah, this is just the worst of the worst.
And you use their salary to pave the rest of the road.
In my mind, this is worse than the proverbial bridge that goes nowhere. Just a make-work project.
Yeah.
It's way worse because it's like you said, it's a beautiful car. Yeah, I mean, look at this. It's a fucking facility, man. And, well, you know what? I've got a 4x4. I'm just going to go park there anyways.
Fuck it. Yeah, why not?
I don't have
a 4x4. Maintenance.
I'm kidding. I don't have a 4x4, but I'd figure something out, man. What the hell is so dangerous about this strip that you don't want people driving down gravel to get there?
Alpha safety, mate. Yeah. Oh. They wouldn't, because it's councils. If it was private land, you probably, well, even if it was private land, actually, be a little more strict with it as well. They'd be like, no, come on, that's not allowed. Fines. But the council ain't going to fine themselves.
You think that they'd start paving from the road and work in? Mort says, yes, I agree. Like, it's just, if you know that your budget will not, like, here's our total square footage of space. Here's how much we have money to pave. If those numbers are real close to each other, start paving critical areas first and then move towards the less critical. You prioritize. Right.
That would suggest that there's one work team, though, that is like starting on one bit and working their way out, whereas there isn't going to be. There's going to be like several work teams. One of them starts on the far right corner, but one of them starts on the far left corner.
There's nothing wrong with prioritizing your teams as to when they're starting and dates of manufacture or construction.
They fucked up, but then the construction team, they don't give a shit. They get paid no matter what.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
But you sure you want to do it in this way, mate? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Oh, I don't give a fuck.
Right, yeah.
I get paid anyway.
I hear you. It's not the pavers that are at fault here. No, this is a higher echelon level problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You cannot blame this on the little guy at all. No, this is not the foreman's problem. Gamer Valine, thank you for the 350. Oh, there is an update to Sinkhole Lady. I sent it in DMs. It's the end, my friend. Wait, what?
She dead? She dead. There's a car park by me where they put down, not like tiles, but they are bricks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's done in the style of tiles and it's interlocking, as that Malaysian hole should have been. But they obviously they had one crew start at one end and one crew start at the other, and they fucked up royally, Polly. Because in the middle, they just do not fucking interlock. It is awful. And it's been that way for years, man. People who park there just go, what the fuck is this?
So after 9 days, they stop the search. They can't find her. Rest in peace, lady. Rest in peace.
As a thought, what do they do then? Like, there's a body down there. They just fill it in?
I guess so.
Shit.
I don't know. The eternal optimist down under layers of calcified cynicism would like to believe that this lady made it out just fine only minutes later, and she's actually at home going, what's the problem?
Well, she came out in a different country.
You have a
Or
dusty
in a different
house.
universe.
Would you?
Where they spell Fruit Loops in a different way. Meanwhile, in China.
What the hell?
Yeah, I had this on I think it was on Monday. We had a Meanwhile in China. That's a new CNN page.
Right? Yeah, full on CNN.
It legitimately is. Oh, he threw a letter down there. Oh,
What the fuck? Hold on. Let me go. No, separate story.
Wait, no.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Drunko, you went dark, man. That was he threw a letter down the hole. I'm leaving you forever. Damn, dude.
If anything, she left him. No, I dear wife. I was like, all right. So he's putting his goodbyes down there. You know. No, okay, all right. This is divorce. This is a different. It's a financial hole that's being opened.
This is recommended for me. Is husband demands divorce. Wife's brilliant reply makes him regret every word. The news media is following YouTubers as a trend. Instant regret, instant karma, etc. You guys are. This is pathetic.
Her brilliant reply. I sucked your brother's dick, motherfucker. Was that a fucking brilliant reply?
Yeah.
And just replied with okay, or just left him on red.
And again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a ADHD noticing the weird things petty mood today, but this guy's got really clean, clear, fruity ass writing for a man.
I was just gonna say, I'm telling you, the wife wrote that. That is a woman's handwriting.
I mean, look at that. Like, that is fine penmanship. It's everything looks good. It's all consistent. Never varies from the fucking line. No man wrote this.
No. That's the kind of fucking note I've got on my front door at the moment saying, sorry, I was just trying to be a good neighbor.
It's a dead giveaway. I don't need, handwriting analysis and experts coming in. A woman wrote this. The only thing that's missing is the eyes being dotted with little hearts.
Hearts.
Yeah. And everyone in chat, they're 100% beside this. It's like wife's brilliant reply. Yeah, this belongs in like r/ and everyone clapped. You wrote your own divorce letter and reply, bitch. This is
hashtag that happened.
Oh man,
my God, you ain't fooling anyone, love. Come on.
That's hilarious. Like if I were to post this in a different context, like dear wife. So it's like
just says no names.
Just a lesbian woman like leaves her wife, right? You know what I mean? This is a lesbian couple having this. No one would disagree. They'd go, "Oh yeah, that's a woman's writing clearly." Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I could present it.
What's this a lesbian's handwriting though?
Why do lesbians have a peculiar handwriting?
Yeah, because they got a hold tighter on the pen. Fingers are slippery.
Okay. Hang a bag of water with pennies outside your door.
Yeah, keep Santa Claus away.
Why? What neo-pagan crap is that?
Just don't click on it.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, this is CNN.com. Don't click on nothing, man. All right. Let's get to our titular article here. Now, Drunkle, you said that you were interested in how square the hole was that the poor, rest in peace, lady fell through in Kuala Lumpur.
It was quite square.
It was. But I would argue that I found a more right angle hole of somebody falling through something that probably
do love a right angle hole.
Yeah. Now I call this 1800 sinkhole, this stream, with good reason. You want to see what it looks like when somebody falls through a bridge because they drove an overweight truck over a historic wooden bridge?
I thought you'd never ask.
Look at that shit.
Wow, that is a square hole.
That's what I'm saying. Look at that. drove
That's
and
the beginning
poof.
of Beetlejuice. What the fuck?
Right, yeah, okay. So classic wooden covered bridge from 1823 and fucking boom. Just, I mean, the man must have, the front engine, the heavy part of the truck falls first. No, the whole thing fell just straight down and the tires touched the water all at the same time. It was like a cartoon when this guy fell
like a
through.
Cartoon.
Yeah. I laughed way harder than I should have looking at this picture last night. It just fucking kills me. There's another one. I love that picture so much.
Wouldn't you love to see the video of that?
See, everything goes in the square hole.
Oh, God damn it.
This guy was so ridiculously overweight in this truck. He was hauling gravel and was fully fucking loaded in this 750 series truck that he had. And yeah, there was a 3-ton limit on this bridge and posted. And when they talked to the guy, you know what he actually had the nerve to say? I thought I was under the height limit. You were. The issue was the weight limit, sir. The weight limit was the problem.
I love the casual stance of the man in the background.
Yeah.
There.
And he's got that, this is in Maine, right? So he's got that Maine kind of like, well, would you look at that there? You know, there's something you don't see every day.
Said he shouldn't drive over it. He still drove over it.
See, you calling him fat, Polly? No, I'm saying the man should.
You did call him fat. You said the driver was ridiculously overweight. You did say that.
Oh. Yes, I am. I will not back off of it.
Yeah.
I stand there. I'm willing to bet he probably was overweight.
I love it as soon as it's on the fucking wooden part of the bridge as well. Halt!
Yeah. Sort of like pavement, and then you see like the 2x4s all bended in with the fucking nails sticking out.
You didn't stand a chance. It's not even like you didn't even get halfway across or a quarter of the way across. A third of the way I got, no. Halt! Straight away.
I would have loved to have heard it.
No.
It must have been like snapping kindling, you know, snap, and you just in free fall.
And the driver's like, well, down I go.
The kind of sad part about this is I say this historic bridge. It's like
It's a nice bridge. Yeah.
historic location, historic design, because drinking teenagers burned it down in 1973. This is a recreation of it.
Those bloody drinking teenagers
Yeah.
with their dancing.
Hey, listen, man, I've hung out in plenty of historic wooden bridges drinking in my teenage years, and I never felt the need to light a fire.
Surely all the action happens under the bridge.
Yeah. You hang down there like some Lost Boys, or if you really want to light a fire, go find your girlfriend parents' house.
No matter what her age.
Wait till they try and kick your near APRA level age out of the fucking house. 50 years old. Now, there comes the fucking phone calls. People must know that I'm on a stream. Isn't it always that way?
This time.
But yeah, that does wrap it there. I had a game, but it requires a 2-person situation, so.
You had a game? Oh, bless you.
I did. That's why I ran the stories a little bit longish, knowing that Dutch wasn't here, but we look forward to him being back. And when he will be back, where will that be, Drunkle?
That'll be on Friday on the Silent Sin channel at 10:30 p.m. GMT, 5:30 p.m. ST, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 on Christmas Island, Polybobs.
Excellent. And in the meantime, do you have anything going up for us?
I thought, right, okay. I said to you before the stream as well, I was meant to have a week off of cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
But then because I had a week off, and I did say as well, like, look, if any work comes up, I need the money. So let me know. And work did come up. So there was no Technology Tuesday yesterday, and I feel bad about that one, guys, because we do love Technology Tuesday. There was no Weeb Wednesday, but thus far I don't have anything for Friday. So hopefully, if God is willing and the creeks don't rise, 5-Fingered Friday, where we play Thief Simulator 2 over on twitch.tv/drunkleplays, and Slap Former Saturday, where we continue with Untitled Goose Game, found only on the great webpage that is twitch.tv/drunkleplays. Come along. It's a great fun. Great laugh.
Excellent. And there, perfectly timed at the end of his statement, is the link in chat. Also on Friday, in addition to doing the AAA show, of course, at 5:30 p.m. Eastern over on Sinatra's channel, Noir Bar will be returning Friday night. It's been off the air because of, well, Growing health concerns, which I will spin yarns about on Friday night if you guys are interested. Probably not, though, because who wants to hear about that? Dizzy Otter? Where's the fun? But no, we're returning with a whole bunch of stuff, and we got a bunch of lined up material because we haven't been using stuff, and we got some new things going on. And I'll finally have my new donations on Friday. I'm 95% of the way finishing one of my favorite donations I've done so far, Drunkle. But it'll be ready for Friday.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds
a lot
good.
of fun.
Can't
So
wait.
we'll see you over there, guys. In the meantime, thank you for coming and hanging out, and thank you very much, all the generous people who donated. Have a good night, everyone.